What's up? What's happening, man? Man, my daughter, man. Shout out to her though. She finally went to sleep. Finally. Mm, mm, mm. Finally get to eat something, man. Finally get to eat something. Mm. I require I require multiple meals, man. After dinner, man. Dinner ain't enough for me, man. I require multiple meals, man. I require midnight snacks and all that shit. Uh Salute. Oh shit. Wow. Man. Well, mm, mm-mm. That's turkey. That's turkey, man. Eating cold leftover turkey, man. That's not that's not chicken. Yeah, toothpick. I don't have no toothpicks. I don't have no toothpicks, man. I gotta do it the old fashioned way, man. The tournament, man. And the beat goes just like my love. On and on. Beat goes on. Just like my love. On and on. Salute to Nate, man. I'm gonna drop the link, man. I'm just gonna drop the link, man. I'm just gonna drop it, man. The people have been waiting patiently, man. They've been waiting patiently, man. I'm just gonna drop it. Drop it like it's hot. Why would you? Why would you? Why? Why would you? Why would you? Why? After you back it up, then stop. That be like it's hot. That be like it's hot. That be like it's hot. C and B make it. That be like it's hot. That be like it's hot. That be like it's hot. Oh man. Salute to everybody watching on Rumble, man. Um, Hold on, give me a second, man. What's up?
What's up, man?
What's up,
You're
man?
you're real muffled, bro.
Sound like you're on an airplane, man. You sure that's me?
Nah, I mean you're a little muffled, but I know my heat just came out right now, so
Oh,
I'm gonna keep myself muted when I'm not talking.
you sound like you're on a goddamn airplane, man. Hit one if I'm muffled, man.
Not no
Hit.
more. It sounds better. It's just sometimes when you talk is when you turn away from the microphone usually.
You try and call me a mush mouth son, man? Saying son, man, sound like our deep voices sound like we muffled.
Only when you
Damn,
turn away.
starting to show off with racism, man. Right off the
Damn,
bat,
man.
man. God
Damn.
damn, racism, man. It's everywhere, y'all. You see that shit? Um, what we gonna do, man?
My
What
bad,
we
Ak. I'll
gonna
give you
do?
some money. Nah, I'm
Yeah,
playing.
man. You racist, man. Some free stuff, man. Give me some free stuff, man. Um, let's see. Let's see. You can hear that Kool-Aid. I don't drink Kool-Aid. Now tomorrow I'm gonna drink some Kool-Aid. So since I just said that, but I normally don't drink Kool-Aid. Normally, um, I don't drink Kool-Aid. Um, like as in normally, I mean like none, never. Um, but anything's possible. I've known. Once you say you're not gonna do something, it's like the very next day. It's like tomorrow somebody gonna like um I'm gonna go somewhere and the only thing to drink gonna be Kool-Aid. And, and I'll be thirsty as shit. The only thing gonna be to drink is Kool-Aid. And it'll be like, all right, I got a water fountain. They're gonna be like, no, but we have a Kool-Aid fountain. That's how life works, man. Gotta be careful what you say you're not gonna do, man.
I like the thumbnail today.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Um,
It's gonna be interesting show with the title.
yeah, man. You know that. Uh, let's see. Let's go to the gram, man. Man, let's go to the gram, man. Let's go to a simpler place and time. Uh, and I'm gonna be with. I know you will. On that midnight train to Georgia. This is a commercial from the 1960s, man. Tell me, do y'all miss this time, man?
Harvey, want anything special for your birthday?
Just a decent cup of coffee.
You're kidding.
I'm serious. Honey, your coffee's undrinkable.
It's pretty harsh.
Well, so's your coffee. You know, the girls down at the office make better coffee on their hot plates. Well, see you later.
And he didn't even kiss me goodbye. You know, if I could just make a decent cup of coffee, I could relax. So, relax. Why don't you try Instant Folgers? Tastes good as fresh perked. Good as fresh perked. I'll surprise Harvey for his birthday tonight.
Hey, great coffee.
It's Instant Folgers. Doesn't it taste good as fresh perked?
Better.
Better than those girls make at the office?
Honey, their coffee can't hold a candle to yours.
Man, what a great commercial, man. What a great time that was, man. Right? You could never put that commercial on TV today, man.
Nah, it'd be sexist.
Yeah, man. What a great time. I mean, a simpler time, man. Things were much simpler back then.
What does Patricia Keats say in that comment? I can't see her whole comment right there. I think you see it.
Hold on.
So we find this disturbing, something like that.
You know the feminists don't like this, man. You know they were triggered. They should have put a trigger warning on that.
Yeah, they 45 likes and 20 comments. Oh shit.
Yeah, you gotta put a trigger warning on stuff like that, man. These people, they can't handle it. They'll call into. I'm not joking. It's liberals that will see that and call into work on Monday and say they can't work because they've been traumatized. They've been harmed. This
Are you
is harm.
serious?
Yeah, they call into work. Like, I can't make it because I'm triggered or some shit like that. Or they'll let's read some of the comments. We find this disturbing, distrusting to hear in today's context, but I can honestly say I still like to please my husband, not just my husband, when I make food. This commercial, it touches on real life roles that still exist in some way today, but it's a bit extra. That's all. I like roles. It's okay to do without condescension, but I'm happy with the role. I'm a feminine woman who likes to nurture and please. Salute. Let's see if they attack her. Oh, this woman
What a
says,
weird and sad take.
what a weird and sad take. Literally, no one cares if you like making your husband coffee. It's that the guy in this commercial is a complete and total manipulative asshole who should be thrown out with the trash. No one is trying to victimize you or crap on your role. Climb down off that cross. Wow.
Hold up. What's that other comment say? The one right under it.
I would roll my eyes, but I'm afraid they would get stuck. Here's the deal. Any man who expects to be taken care of is not a man. He is just a big old baby who wants his mama.
If I feel like if some of these people seen how like what my mom does before my dad goes to work or anything like that, they probably fucking lose their shit. I swear to God. Like, look, both of my parents work. My mom works at like a banking job. My dad works a unionized job. He works in a warehouse and shit. Makes real good money, but it's very, very heavy lifting. So, I mean, you got someone who's taking brute force work compared to someone who's pretty much.
She's a teller or a bank manager or something like that.
Yeah, like I believe like a teller of some sort, something like that. She's not making bad money at all. I'll tell you that. But
she's not working her ass off. She's working with her hands mostly and her mind.
Yeah.
And it makes me walk back and forth like from the back to the front a couple times.
Yeah, and then my dad's over here just fucking lifting shit into different like trailers full of trucks and shit, talking 1,000 pounds worth of shit like every night. Walking probably like 20,000, 30,000 steps the whole time, 14-hour shift. And it's like, I mean, you can help out a little bit. It's not taking care of them. It's just kind of like being courteous to the situation.
Yeah, it's that's a way to a man's heart. I ain't gonna lie, man. A woman could steal your man like that, ladies.
And then a woman
could do that shit and still take your man right from under your fucking nose.
Like my dad tends to deal with anything that happens with the cars or anything like that. Like he understands how the cars work or stuff around the house and everything too. So, like,
yeah,
it's like it's an effort with both people. So I mean, if you think just the shit going on in the streets is bad, it's bad societal wise as well. It's bad all over.
Yeah, I love this commercial, man.
Instant Folgers taste good as fresh perked. Try it.
Harvey, want anything special for your birthday?
Just a decent cup of coffee.
You're kidding.
I'm serious. Honey, your coffee's undrinkable.
Pretty harsh.
Well, so's your coffee. The girls down at the office make better.
See, just the fact that you can criticize a woman, like I mean, I think it's the criticism that's triggering these women more so than anything. The fact that like he's literally telling her, "Yo, your fucking coffee sucks, man." Like, yo, but he's saying that he's not saying that, but he's like, yo, your coffee's trash, man. And just the women are so removed from a time where they could be talked to like that. Even me, even those manosphere guys, they don't talk to their woman like that.
Hell no.
They live vicariously through Angry Man, O'Shea, Kevin Samuels, people like that. They live vicarious. Tommy Sotomayor, even though he's not in the ministry, but they live vicariously through those guys. But you ain't no man talking to his woman like this.
They're not really like that, especially not nowadays. You're trying to catch a charge.
Yeah,
You're about to get a domestic abuse charge just by talking down like that.
you
It's
got to
not.
be like a pimp to talk to a woman like that nowadays.
It's not even talking down. You're just saying like the coffee's not that good.
Yeah, you would have to be a pimp, a literal pimp talking to your bottom bitch or some shit like that. Just a regular guy. I wouldn't be able to say this to my wife. If I told my wife, man, she wouldn't cook me dinner for a year, man. You can't talk to no woman like this, man. Nowadays, they far removed from that. What's up, guys? How y'all doing, man?
What's cracking? Yeah, this
Hey,
commercial
How you
man.
doing,
cracked me
Al?
up.
Yeah. This guy's talking to. This is how they did back in those days, man.
Their coffee on their hot plates. Well, see you later.
And he didn't even kiss me goodbye. You know, if I could just make a decent cup of coffee.
And then she wants to. His critique spurred her into action, and that's another thing that the women hate in this comment section. They hate that. Like, she didn't just say "fuck you," piss up a rope. She was like, "Oh my god, I gotta find a way to make this guy a better cup of coffee." Man,
Coffee, I could relax. So relax. Why don't you try instant Folgers? Tastes good as fresh perked. Good as fresh perked. I'll surprise Harvey for his birthday tonight.
Hey, great coffee.
It's instant Folgers. Doesn't it taste good as fresh perked?
Better.
Better than those girls make at the office?
Honey, their coffee can't hold a candle to yours.
and now she about to get some wood, man.
He's smashing.
Yep.
Making some good coffee and some wood. She gets rewarded with wood, man. What a different time.
And cigarette after.
Yeah, exactly. This is like a skit. This would have to be a skit nowadays. There's no way this is guilty.
Well, and the man is going to stick around and not retreat as soon as the smashing is over, too.
Yeah, he's gonna stay.
Well,
Yeah.
to a point, her ass is going to sleep in that wet spot on the other bed because they got twin beds. You know,
Yeah, twin beds back in those days. Yeah, man.
pushed them together to frolic, and then left Mama with a mess over on.
Yo, and 8 Ways is a fool. He said next day your blowjobs are horrible.
Right. Oh yeah, definitely. But you're still getting one. You're still gonna get one though, because that's the difference. A different time, man. Salute to Eric S. Man, coming through for like the 20th day in a row, man. Salute to my man Eric S. Salute to Stunner, man. Stunner's still boycotting the show, man, but he's still in the building, man. He's still what's the word?
We love you, little buddy.
Sabbatical, man.
Conflict.
Salute to oh shit ain't loaded. Yeah, salute to my man Doug G, man. He says, "Hi, Op, challenge paid. I was a kid when that ad ran. There was another where the husband began, my wife, I think I'll keep her." Yes, a better time. Yeah, man. Listen, man, there's nothing wrong with this fucking with this guy, the way he talked to that woman, man.
Good morning, dear.
Good morning, sweetie birdie. you're out of coffee. Isn't that wonderful? Out of coffee?
What a time to run out. And why run out? Now there's a new giant-size Instant Maxwell House. A really big jar of coffee. New giant-size Instant Maxwell House gives you cups and cups and cups. Dozens of extra cups of the coffee with that warm bean flavor. Warm bean flavor because it's made from coffee beans still warm from roasting. That's why new Instant Maxwell House is the freshest tasting coffee yet. So to make sure you've always got plenty of coffee for the man in your house, get the new giant-size Instant Maxwell House. You won't have to run out again.
Yo.
And now she getting some wood before he leave for work.
Yeah, I just made an observation. I don't see any BBWs in any of these commercials.
Yeah, I mean, I see a woman that's spurred into action. As soon as she found out there wasn't no coffee, she grabbed her coat and was flying out the door, man, going to get some coffee, man, because that guy works. You notice all the guys have on suits. They all going to fucking work.
She was on that shit like Ack was after ginger ale.
Yeah, man.
Good morning, dear.
Good morning, sweetie bird.
Look, she's waiting for him. He comes out. He got dressed, put his suit on, and he comes out, and she's ready for him. But look, here's the thing, though. In order to have this type of lifestyle, you got to be bringing home the bacon, man. That's the thing that a lot of guys from this generation forget. You can't have this if you ain't bringing home no fucking bacon, man.
No, of course. I'm not getting this shit right now, bro. I'm not even there yet. You gotta understand that. Like, I don't understand how some dudes can't, like, get that through their minds. Like, you're not entitled to none of this shit. You work for all this shit, man. You want this lifestyle, you better work for that shit.
Yeah, you better bring home the fucking bacon, my man.
Then you got the government printing up tons of money, devaluing the money, and then suddenly salaries don't increase, and you can't actually afford that life unless you're being paid as a high-paid executive instead of just a normal person. And they also got women in the workplace, so now the demand for jobs is higher, so they can pay lower.
Not to say you can't get there, but it's like immensely harder. Like so much harder to get there.
Well, the population is bigger, but there's more jobs. Like they didn't have fucking internet.
Hey, what's that post right there? Ah, jeez.
Which one?
Under the Beavis and Butthead, or right above it.
Oh no. that's the research I'm doing about body shaming and shit. You know, I'm gonna do a 10-part series on body shaming. So I had to you know, it's bad. The epidemic of body shaming is just really bad.
Understood, man. Understood.
Yeah, man.
This is a classic example of white privilege, and you both have it.
What's that?
Anyone want to fill them in?
Yeah, I'll do it. Okay. So white privilege is when white people, particularly men, automatically assume they can take whatever they want.
And they never have to worry about getting stopped by the police.
And they have the inside track for any job
I got this one, Aisha. They have the inside track for any job they want.
Exactly, Gage. Thank you for that. That's white privilege.
Whoa. And we have that?
You sure do.
I see.
Whoa. I never realized this stuff.
Yeah. You've really opened up my eyes.
Well, I'm glad we've been able to enlighten you. The real question is, do you think you'll be acting differently from now on?
I guarantee it.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
Step aside, please. We have white privilege.
Yeah, check it out. Hey. Don't worry, it's okay. We automatically assume we can take what we want, and we don't have to worry about the police. It's okay, you didn't know. We didn't either. Good stuff now.
This is what we were taught, sir.
This is a classic example of white.
And that proves.
And the only ones that really fell into that were actually Sun people.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. They proved that white privilege doesn't exist because if white people are people, white, black, or whatever. If you have the ability to do that, you would definitely take advantage of it. So the fact that we don't see white people with any kind of privilege, we see them getting their asses kicked all the time. We see them getting berated. We see them fucking getting like pushed around and shit. The fact that they're allowing that to happen proves that there is no white privilege. Because if they had white privilege, that guy on the fucking bus the other day that got his nuts pushed all the way up to his fucking goddamn tonsils by some fucking idiot son man in front of his baby and his fucking wife. That guy would have fucking slapped the shit out that son man and said, "Boy, get down on your knees, boy. Turn around against the wall. Take your shirt off." And he pulled his belt off and gave him some lashings. Because you talk to a son man like that in front of his wife, his wifey, and his baby, and he feels like he's somebody, he's gonna fucking murder you. Okay? He's gonna fucking kill your ass.
Nah, I'm out. I'm leaving Earth, B. I'm going to Mars. What? Hey, yo, what are you? Hey, yo, what? Bro, what? Nah. These niggas, hey, yo, they wild. Hey, yo, I'm out, B. Why? Hey, I'm out of here. Nope. Nah, I'm out. I'm leaving Earth, B. I'm going to Mars.
They got a lot of questionable books nowadays, man. Like I went to a bookstore a few years ago looking for a gift for a friend's daughter or whatever, son or whatever. Fuck, I can't remember why I was there, but yeah, the children's section. They got some. These liberals are taking it. They're stretching it, man. They're pushing the envelope. Now I know this ain't no gay shit, but it's just nah, man. We don't need.
Nah, this is gay as hell. Don't say that. This is gay.
No, I'm saying it's not like it's nobody in the fucking book that's gonna be like pumping the little boy, but it's just
of course.
Yeah, but it's pushing, they're pushing the limits on everything.
Well, that's because they're doing it little by little. I mean, that's what you see with this book. Like, of
Yeah,
course,
right.
you're not gonna see nothing, nothing crazy like that in it. What you just said, but I mean, just bro, I'm not trying to see this.
Yeah,
If I was
this is
in
something
second grade,
that a parent should be teaching their child.
You're saying you don't think they're seeing anything that crazy? There are other things that are that crazy that are actually in schools, actually in
Yeah, in the
bookstores, and everything else.
schools, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but this book is geared towards like a fucking 5-year-old, John. I'm not talking about like reading for like junior high school and high school kids. This is geared for a 5-year-old, a 4-year-old.
Yeah, bro, I'd probably see this book in second grade and say this is gay, too.
Yes, some men, some kids would see this book and be like, "Yeah, this is definitely gay, man." It's just that they're pushing the envelope, man. They're pushing the envelope, man. It says, just read the summary. He noticed his butt crack and thought he broke his butt. Cover could have been different, but seems lighthearted. The game kind of looks like fun.
Weirdo.
At the age of 40, she has birthed 44 children. Her first birth were triplets, followed by twins, then quadruplets. But what's crazier is her devastating story behind it all. Now known as Mama Uganda, she was abandoned by her mother when she was 3 days old. Her new stepmother killed all her siblings by mixing crushed glass in their food. At the
God damn.
Hey, but listen, it gets worse. All y'all, this is why you'll hear all the pro-blacks with their dashikis and their kente cloth and their back to Africa and their aunts and all their Africa talk. But when they go to Africa, they go to Egypt and they stay on a fucking resort near the fucking pyramid. This is why all pro-blacks, when they go to Africa, they go to fucking Egypt.
Age of 12, her father sold her to a man that's the current father of all 44 children, making her his 5th wife. She's given birth a total of 15 times, delivering twins 4 times, triplets 5 times, and quadruplets 5 times. She's only ever given birth to a single child once. At the age of 18, she had delivered 18 children. She wanted to quit giving birth, but a doctor misled her and said she had to continue doing so to reduce her fertility or she would develop tumors and die. At the age of 37, during her last pregnancy, her husband sold their house, took all their money, and abandoned the family.
That is the saddest story I've.
Yo, that's not as sad as the grandma. He must ain't see about the grandmas that's getting raped in Kenya, man. They got to learn how to do karate and shit at 90 years old to ward off attackers.
His mouth will be wide open if he's seen that story. Just look at him right now.
It's a lot of sad stories coming out of Africa, man. Man, golly, man. Jesus Christ.
Ever heard. She's looking after 44 kids. Like, if Mr. Beast ever sees this, you got to help that woman out somehow.
At the age of 40, she has birthed 44 children. Her first birth were triplets, followed by twins, then quadruplets. But what's crazier is her devastating story behind it all. Now known as Mama Uganda, she was abandoned by her mother when she was 3 days old. Her new stepmother killed all her siblings by mixing crushed glass in their food. At the age of 12, her father sold her to a man that's the current father of all 44 children, making her his 5th wife. She's given birth a total of 15 times, delivering twins 4 times, triplets 5 times, and quadruplets 5 times. She's only ever given birth to a single child once. At the age of 18, she had delivered 18 children. She wanted to quit giving birth, but a doctor misled her and said she had to continue doing so to reduce her fertility or she would develop tumors and die. At the age of 37, during her last pregnancy, her husband sold their house, took all their money, and abandoned the family.
That is the saddest story I have ever.
Man. Yikes, man. It's rough on that other side, man.
The caption of that shit is nuts.
Well, how much how many kids do the husband have? He had 5 wives, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, he probably got them pregnant too. So I wonder how many he have altogether.
Man, a lot. He got a lot.
All of them. Yeah, all the kids.
Yeah.
What do you want some son man to do? He stuck around for 30 years.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give him that. I mean, I wonder if he left the other 5 wives, or did they die, or I don't know. But yeah, he left her. He took all the money, and that's the cold part. He took all the money and left her the 44 kids broke. Like, that's a pretty shitty thing to do, man. Like, just to take all the money. But I mean, listen, man, American women don't know how good they got it, man. Let's see this story out of Texas, man.
Her face was just covered in blood. He hit her with something really hard. And then he called me on FaceTime and he showed me that he choked her on FaceTime as I was on there. And I said, Trey, that is your daughter. That is your daughter. Stop. That is your daughter. She loves you. I care about her. You care about her. Like, that is your daughter. And he told me his exact words was, you only love that man, so you did this to her. Her face was just covered.
Damn, this guy fucking. And then he took the police on a 30-mile chase before they fucking caught him. This is the big story on Black social media right now. This is a big bowl of sad, man. Huge bowl of sad, man. Jesus Christ, man. Let's get into it, man. Big. That's like a pot of sad, man.
Do you know chicken
that
and dumplings?
So like what?
Chicken and dumplings.
Yeah, that's decent.
I did chicken and dumplings today. Did the chicken in the crock pot, and then
what you gonna send me a plate, man? Airmail me a plate. Don't
Right.
do that shit if you ain't gonna airmail me no plate, man.
Yo, do you know if they took this brother alive or they killed him?
Do you know if they took this brother alive?
No, he didn't have a scratch on. He didn't have a
No,
scratch.
he was alive though. I'm asking.
Yeah, he didn't have a scratch on him when they took him after a 30-mile chase.
I just can't see it. It's just so many women out there. You know, it's a woman don't want to be with me. I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah, but I mean, I've been there before. That angry, bitterness when you know the girl, because when the girl don't want you no more, she dogs the shit out of you, man. So it's like a lot of guys, we not used to that. We used to doing the dogging, but when a woman dog you, that shit ain't no joke, man. Women are the best dogs, man. They'll dog you into the fucking twilight zone, man. You'll be fucked up if you let a woman dog you, man. Um, mm, mm, mm. You gotta just gotta hope and pray that you never get there in that position, man, where a woman, when you keep trying to keep it, you keep trying to get back with her, and the more you keep trying to, like Kanye, remember Kanye with Kim? That's the best example of it.
Yeah, but that's more like that's for. I mean, first loves. That's kind of happens like with first loves. You know, when you first fall in love. But after that, it's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not though, because like, I mean, obviously not, right?
Yeah, Kanye also didn't kill his kids though, and I mean he loves his kids.
But here's the thing about Kanye though. Kanye is a billionaire. If Kanye was just some regular dude in Chicago, and Kim was dogging him like that, running around with a fucking white dude that allegedly got known for, he did Pete is known for having a pole. That's his shit. Like that's why he always dating them girls and he ugly as shit, because every girl wants to, you know, all the Hollywood girls want to get a piece of that pole. You know
It's
what I'm
called
saying?
having a womb broom.
Yeah, a womb broom. That's his. That's why that's his shtick. That's what he's known for. She running around, and then she got the kids. Like, what did he? Something Pete was like taking pictures with the family and all
He
that
got a
shit.
tattoo of their names on him.
Some shit. Yeah, like Kanye would have killed that guy if Kanye was just Kanye from Chicago.
No, I believe you. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I believe
Yeah,
you. I believe you.
yeah. It's obvious.
But hey, even though the girl in the coffee commercial, right? I guarantee you, she's a pain in the ass. Like in the real world,
Oh
she was
yeah,
pleasant in the commercial, but on the regular, a pain in the ass.
yeah. Most women are. Yeah.
Yo, what's going on? Oh shit, Mossy. We got Wicked. We
What's
got Foot
happening, man?
County. How's it going, Ike?
What's new, man?
Nothing, just chilling.
Long
Yeah.
time, dude. How's everything?
Good, man. But things are getting worse outside.
Where are you at again?
Wow, I'm near H-Town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's starting to
You got
head
a
up
slab?
north. I live like north of Houston, and I don't know. It's called the Woodlands. I don't know. It's kind of popular. I'm near there, and it's still nice from my current experiences, but I don't know for how long though. You know.
You starting to see the sun is starting to encroach.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of that jugging? What do they call it over there? Jugging?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man. One thing people are starting to realize is that it's us, man. Whenever your neighborhood goes to shit, I think they always knew, kind of like subconsciously knew it. Now people really know. Like, if there's some violent happening, it was probably some person, man. And this, you have this situation here. Could you imagine if this was the other way? This is after the game.
Oh, it's
After the
not even
game,
during the game. Like
no,
it got heated, and then like boxing and hockey.
yeah, this is the handshake line.
Oh shit.
Boom, sock that white girl, man. Sock that white girl. Let me see if I can blow it up, man. even for you guys so you can
Good
see.
game, good game, good game. Punch to the face.
Yes, dropped her too.
Memphis was being a sore losers. They lost by like 15 points.
Dropped that girl. I mean, think about the audacity, man. This black girl, she's the least protected, and she's living under the new Jim Crow. And for and to still punch a white girl on national TV and knock her down, like that black girl, she salute, man. Salute, man.
Who was the losing team? Was she a sore loser or
Yeah, she's
fat?
on the losing
They
team.
lost by 15 points.
This is her right
They did
here.
arrest her. They did arrest her, and she's charged with assault.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow, that's
exactly.
surprising.
Charged her with assault. This is the girl right here, Jemiah, of course, and this is Alyssa. Alyssa, the white girl, Jemiah. Meet Alyssa. Boom, socked her
Damn.
with a straight jab. And look, everybody up here condemned Scott Adams. I promise you.
Yeah, probably.
Everybody up there publicly made it a point to get on Facebook and tell everybody how bad of a person Scott Adams was. Man, I mean, this is just bad, man. This girl got charged, and they're not people. Some people aren't happy that she got charged.
Yeah,
man.
it's gonna get dropped.
Glad she got charged.
Yeah, some people aren't happy that she got charged because if she was black, I mean, if she was white, she would.
Who won the game? The white girls didn't beat the black girls, did they?
Yeah, they did.
They did? Holy shit!
Yeah,
Beat him by
They
15
must have had
points too.
a Juana man. Remember?
yeah, man. It says, yeah, this person says front page news on every media outlet. If that was the white player punching the black player, if that white girl had if that white girl had, let me just show you what was all the rage earlier in the week, because there was a dust up between two players on the female circuit, I'll say, earlier this week. And it was it got a lot of attention. Let me just show you how that one. It's funny, man. I tell you, man. Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. Jamira. Let me say this. Salute to everybody watching, man. Wherever you are, man. If you're new, man, make sure you subscribe, man. Make sure you subscribe to our nation.
Right. Salute to everybody on the replay. Hey, you know what? I don't know what's worse, that she did this or the fact that if the roles were reversed, yada yada.
Yada yada, my man. If the roles was reversed, let me show you something.
Imagine the white
gem
girl
would be smoldering
apologizing.
embers.
Imagine the white girl apologizing to the girl that just punched her. That's gonna be some crazy shit if that ends up going down.
Here we go. Yeah, the white girl would apologize. They're gonna make the black girl the victim. I promise you.
She said the N-word.
Jamira Shoots lost control of her emotions. Perhaps something was said between her and Elisa Brett, and she chose to handle it in the worst possible way. She made a mistake. But this is the selective racism. This is the selective outrage I'm talking about. The media, they want to pick and choose when to be outraged. They choose to exploit stories that fit their narrative. Earlier this week, Haley Van Lith, she was involved in an altercation with a young black woman playing for Texas. Words were exchanged. Hell, I'll just show you what happened. Watch for yourself.
That white girl got destroyed for that. He was that. They covered that. They haven't covered ESPN, who did the game where the white girl got knocked down, punched out. They haven't done one segment on that, but
Yeah,
they
probably not.
covered this. This was supposed to be what's her name, Kaylee Van Lith or whatever the fuck. She was acting immature and childish. They didn't say anything about the black girl. Now watch who you think starts this. It looks to me like the black girl starts it.
Hell, I'll just show you what happened. Watch for yourself.
Grabs her hand, pulls her forward, gets in her face. The white girl was not leaning forward. The black girl was.
But the white girl pushed her. She didn't take it like the guy on the train. You got to take it like the guy on the train, man. If you don't just take it like him, you just
Man. Yo, she was mad at her. She must have fucking balled her ass out because they killed them.
Yeah.
She was mad at her.
Yeah, and then she said something else, but she kept shaking her teammates' hands.
Wait, is that after the punch?
No, this is a different
That
one.
wasn't
Okay,
a punch.
okay.
She literally just pulled herself away and walked
Yeah.
past the girl instead of sitting there and listening to her berate her or whatever.
Yeah.
This was the one that they
You did the
talked
right thing.
about. They talked about this all week. This is supposed to be a big story of women's college basketball. But the black girl punching the white girl is like a black mass shooter at a school, a black school shooter. They just dropped it. They didn't even touch it. See, at this point right there, the white girl was supposed to just be like, okay, just tell me tell me off, and let the black girl, the white girl was like, man, I ain't trying to hear that shit. Like, your fucking
All
hand.
she did was grab the hand that was holding her hand, push it out of the way, and push past her.
Yeah,
that's violence, apparently. Okay,
just get the fuck away from black.
Yeah, you got to get away, and it's not only because of black people; it's because of the way the system is. Like, if this is a story with that black girl punching the white girl, is only covered on channels like this and black and white sports and sports wars, shit like that. But if you go to ESPN, you would never even know it happened. Come on, man.
Occasionally, a young black woman playing for Texas choose when to be outraged. They choose to exploit stories that fit their narrative. Earlier this week, Haley Van Lith, she was
Let me see if we can find something talking about Haley Van Lith on Twitter, because I'm sure they're dragging Haley Van Lith on Twitter.
Black Twitter.
Yeah, man. She is a goddamn fucking racist, man.
Speaking of which, I tweeted at Memphis women's basketball that why isn't she been kicked off the team, and now I'm blocked.
Oh wow, that was quick, man. That was quick. Oh, okay. So yeah, let's go to I can't believe I'm covering women's sports, but what the hell, man? We're gonna get to the fuckery in a little bit.
You're probably the only one.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I thought we were gonna watch a chick dunk a basketball.
No,
I've never seen it.
I've seen it, but I think Brittany did it. Brittany was doing. So this girl Haley Van Lith, they're saying that she put up a white power sign before halftime. That's a white power sign now.
She's probably showing an offense or a defense she wants to play. This is stupid.
Don't people put that up when they make like a 3-point shot? Because I can see
exactly.
That's so retarded.
That's the James Harden. Remember James Harden started that? James Harden started that like maybe about 7-8 years ago. And
yeah.
When you make a three, you do like that. Or your teammate makes a three, you do like that.
They're reaching, bro.
Yeah, they just created it where it did not exist, and now it does. Now it has a form, and it's been created from absolutely nothing.
Watch this.
Right, and now that it's everywhere, it's nowhere.
Look at this. Watch Haley Van Lith's heated exchange with Sonya Morris. It looks like Sonya Morris's heated exchange with Haley Van Lith, didn't it? It didn't. It looked like Sonya Morris was the one that's. I don't know, man. It's just crazy. Wow. It's just these y'all in trouble, man. You gliders are deep, deep, deep shit.
Well, how do you get a population to beg for these things to happen? Like beg for a police state, more police after things get so fucking bad.
But we need police though. I mean that's not even a
Oh,
question
that's
like
gonna,
that.
yeah, absolutely though.
Yeah.
I always told I personally think the solution to the problem is possibly the problem. Like it might you have to fight fire with fire, you might have to unleash the sunman on the sunman.
Yeah, you would have to you'd have to turn some of them.
Like I'm not sure if you guys have seen videos of like the sunman handling dudes on public transportation. The violence, it works.
Well, they want you what you have, and not only that, they want you not to have it. Like it's a long-seated hatred.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. Yeah. Exactly, man. It's bad. Like I said, man. Like I tell you. So this is the girl afterwards. Afterwards, this is the scene. So they picked the white girl up, walked her off, and everybody came and poured into the black girl.
Oh man.
This person says, I think charging her is a little ridiculous. It was a heat of the moment. That was not heat of the moment. That was
No, she decked her.
No, that was in the fucking handshake line after the game, man. If the girl, they were going for a rebound and the white girl elbowed her in the face and she punched her, that's heat of the moment. After the game,
That was cold and calculated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Premeditated.
Hell yeah. Walking right up to her. I know she knows exactly what she's gonna do.
This guy says, okay, so let's get to this guy says, meanwhile, white hockey players can bare knuckle fight, and that's totally acceptable. One of these things is not like the other.
This is a hilarious
Well,
comment.
that's because
Right.
hockey is based on that. As far as tradition, it's an aggressive sport where you actually fight each other, and they don't do it on the line. They do it in the game.
Yeah,
and
I
they've gotten
love that
out
kind
of
of
the game a
agreement.
lot.
Yeah, I like that kind of agreement.
I mean, that's a bro comment, bro.
Yeah, it's a 90-minute fist fight with some ice skates. That's what
Let
hockey
me tell you about hockey, man. Let me tell you about hockey. The reason there's so much fighting in hockey, and the reason that you can't have fighting in basketball. In hockey, the only way you can stop sometimes is to run into another person.
Yeah.
You can't even stop because you're on skates. Either you run into the wall or you run into another person.
Yeah, flying too.
You're flying and you're chasing a puck with a stick. It's a different dynamic. It's a different dynamic. You're chasing a puck.
And you've got a 13-inch knife blade at the bottom of your foot.
Right. And the ice is hard as shit. And it's a rough game. Like they have a penalty box. They have prison inside of the game. So
Oh, yeah.
to act like the players aren't punished, you have jail in the game.
Yeah.
The penalty box. So it's a whole different dynamic. And also, here's another thing. Never in the history of hockey, and I don't follow hockey, but I follow all sports, and I'm very well. I know about hockey. I know, especially my era. There's never been a time where a player after the game, him and his boys have been fucking waiting for the other team outside of the fucking arena and pointing fucking guns with fucking beams on them at the other team.
That's how you know. That's how you know a lot of Sunmen don't play hockey.
Yeah, because if we were out there bare knuckle fighting, somebody getting shot, somebody's entourage,
Somebody getting slashed with a skate.
That shit ain't stopping when the whistle blows.
Yeah, and it's not stopping after the game. If you knock my teeth out, a lot of them hockey players don't have any front teeth.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot of them. You knock my teeth out, oh my God, son, man, it's gonna be murders. So the NBA, they know they can't have brothers fighting like that, especially in all them brothers got entourages and shit. Nah, man, you can't have that.
They
Man.
start doing that in the NFL.
Yeah, you can't do that, man. You just gotta in basketball, you gotta let them tussle and push and shove, but no fucking boxing and shit. No boxing. Can't have that. You just can't have it, man. Salute to Gary Thomas, man. He says, I just wish liberal gliders would just admit that they see some people as children. Granted, some people constantly act like children, but still, I mean, I think
it's not children; it's retarded children.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say that liberal gliders do think that some people are children. I think that's
At
fair.
best.
Yeah, they project that each time they're trying to say something in philanthropy. They project how low they think of them.
Yeah, exactly.
They think they're retarded kids.
Exactly.
They should be on the slow bus.
Yeah,
I was amazed, when I heard that the liberal gliders can call black people coons now. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, they can. And
when did that happen?
When black conservatives open their mouths.
It happened. Yeah, it happened like.
Them you can call coons, right? Or you can call him a coon.
Yeah, so it happened during 2020, man.
Well, yeah, they're closeted racists.
Yeah, but yeah, this is just sad, man. That this girl got punched out. That girl, Alyssa, she's not like a fiery girl. She's not like Bill Laimbeer, the female Bill Laimbeer, or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? She's just a regular, good sport player and shit. And that black girl punched her out for because she could. You know what I'm saying? Like just punched her because she was mad and she could. And it was a wake up call and that black girl got charged. So that's good for her, man. I'm glad she got charged, man. I'm so glad she got charged.
That don't mean shit though.
What if the white girl called her an N-word? Or
Yeah.
what if she ends up saying that she did?
She was fine with me.
Yeah.
She probably was being one.
Yeah.
I'm Ami Horowitz, and I'm here in Berkeley, California to find out if voter ID laws suppress the black vote.
Oh, God.
Do you have an opinion on voter ID laws?
Yeah, they're usually pretty racist and they're bad. I think voter ID.
That's what Fabian talks about. She's saying what she thinks she's supposed to say. Listen to her. She's saying what this is what as a good
automatically falls into the diatribe that's been programmed into her.
That hassle-free zone.
There were so many things she could have said. She could have said, she immediately went to racist. He didn't ask her about
right.
You know what I mean? Like she could have said a million things.
Yeah, they're usually pretty racist and they're bad. I think voter ID laws are a way to perpetuate racism.
Would you go as far as say those laws are racist?
For sure.
Do you think it suppresses the African American vote?
Definitely.
Tell us how.
Because they're less likely to have state IDs.
Minority voters.
That's my favorite one. That's my favorite one.
Zero thought process into what they're actually saying.
That's something that someone told them to say.
When I was coming up, right, as a teenager and a young man, there was 2 liquor stores, Bass and Party Time. And there was TikTok in DC. So like DC, you could use the liquor store stayed open to 12 in DC, and then after 12, you had to go to Maryland. So there was 3 liquor stores. 51 too so you have 4 liquor stores. 51, TikTok, Bass, and Party Time. They were right over the DC line, and everybody would go there to get liquor. because the DC liquor stores would close at 12. And people would be at the clubs, coming back from the club or whatever, they'd be out to 3, 4 in the morning. So if you wanted some liquor, you had to go into Maryland, but they would have it. These liquor stores were right across the street. So DC is here, you cross the street, you're in Maryland, the liquor store's right there. So you would be there, and it would be 100 people in that little area, even going to one of them liquor stores. And
Sounds
all
dangerous.
fucking IDs. And we're talking about fucking bad people. Everyone had an ID. Why? Because you can't buy liquor without a fucking ID.
Right.
That if for any reason black people have ID, they have it so they can buy liquor, so they can get into the fucking club. You can't get into the fucking club without an ID.
Yeah, well, they've been studying these things, man, and
Right, they learned that. They learned that from somewhere.
But they're trying to act like it's a certain subset of black people that no, those people that they think they're talking about, they can't go to the club or can't go to the liquor store without ID. You think the people don't have no fucking ID?
Right.
But Ock, they got somebody coming up to them random on a corner. That they think that's the secret police come up to them. Oh, if I say the wrong thing, they're gonna blast me all over there, and I'll lose everything.
Why not just say nothing then? Why not just be like, nah, I'm good, deuces? You know?
Because if you yeah, that's true. But I
You
think
ask them a question, and white people are polite.
They feel like they have, They feel like they have to impress.
Polite or
They
scared?
have to impress.
Yo, that would be like me answering. Black folks can't vote because of you have a conviction, you can't vote. Like
Yeah.
what? What did you just say?
Yeah,
Right.
they made that connection.
That's a lie too. Black people still say that. Once you get a felony, you can't vote. Like hell, you can. I listen, man. When you go to vote, especially like in DC, you might see somebody like, oh, that nigga just came home from doing 20 years. He voted. It's like, listen, man. Everybody got felony. If Sunman couldn't vote with felonies, man, you would know it. You would see videos, man, like, yeah, man, I couldn't vote because that. Man, you don't see that. Only people just say that. It's like the weirdest thing. Maybe it's a state out there. Is there a state where you can't vote with a felony? And people are like trying to make it like
Florida and some places like that.
I think
Wyoming
it's
like
only
that.
it's only certain types of felonies where you're prohibited from voting, like violent crimes and stuff like that. Other ones you can apply to get your voting rights back, and it's usually pro forma. You just apply and you get it.
Yeah. So let's continue this.
Racist?
For sure.
Do you think it suppresses the African American vote?
Definitely.
Tell us how.
Because they're less likely to have state IDs.
Minority voters are less likely to have the kinds of IDs that have been described or required.
These type of people don't live in areas with easy access to DMVs or other places.
The DMV in DC, well, at least the one that when I was there, one was in fucking Brentwood, between Brentwood and Edgewood, which are two fucking dangerous neighborhoods. The other one is on fucking Bennett Road on the fucking southeast side. That need I say more?
And you go in there, and there's nothing but Sun people in there.
You can't find a white person near DMV in DC.
Basically, they can get identification.
You can always get IDs if you do over the internet. Does that also make it difficult for black people in particular?
Yeah, you have to have access to the internet. You have to be able to pay
Oh
an
my
internet
God.
service provider for certain fees.
Do you think that's
What gets me up when people say those kind of things? Like, it doesn't pass through a filter where you kind of question, wait a minute, that sounds like bullshit.
Yeah,
Let me
think
play
they
that. Let me play that back in my head. Did I really say that? Is that
He's
really
a pompous
true?
jerk. This guy's a pompous, arrogant jerk.
He
wouldn't
would be
believe me if I told him to his face,
Right.
look, dude, he would say, oh, you just don't know what you're talking about.
Right. He would be amazed seeing you in Masti online right now. He'd be perplexed.
Yeah.
You have to be self-aware in order to notice that something's wrong, and these people aren't even self-aware.
Yeah.
make it difficult for Black people in particular?
Yeah, you have to have access to the internet. You have to be able to pay an internet service provider for certain fees.
Do you think that's harder for Black people to go online?
Well, I feel like they don't have the knowledge of how it works.
That's racist. That is fucking racist.
I'm telling you,
Holy shit!
She's not
Holy
shit! She is not intelligent enough to be racist.
Man,
She's
fuck
stupid.
that. I don't give
No,
two
she's
shits. She can
dumb.
get that label now.
She
Holy
is stupid.
shit!
She's not racist.
I
She's
might have
stupid.
to log off for the night after hearing that, man.
I told you, man. These
Go punch some holes in your drywall.
these self-guilty whites are insufferable, man. I
This
told
is
you, they're
stupidity. This ain't racism. This is stupidity. There's no way she's not thinking. She's regurgitating the same bullshit that's been told to her time and time and time. She's someone who doesn't question. She doesn't question what she hears.
I think she
That's not
believes in
racist.
Vomiting.
She's
Diarrhea.
dumb.
She believes in
stupid.
Monty.
Shit. Hey, Wicked.
It
Wow.
takes.
We gotta drop
I
him
think-
off the block, bro.
I think actual racists are intelligent. 'Cause they actual racists know how to hide. They know how to hide that kind of stuff. She's just stupid.
She's too stupid to see how racist that idea
Right.
is.
Either way,
They have this false sense of
I-
self-awareness. It's actually crazy
Right.
to see.
I agree with
Yeah, it's
Johnny.
scary.
I think it's that. But I think she believes this shit though.
No, she does. Look at her
She doesn't
face.
believe it. She doesn't. She has to think. She's not.
well, some
thinking.
do.
I think she believes in Monty.
I'm
But I agree with Johnny.
It's like Pavlov's dog. You hear the dog hears a bell and starts just salivating. She hears a question and it's just like an automatic response. She doesn't think. She's not thinking. It doesn't pass
Yeah,
through his thought.
it's
No,
pre-programmed.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Mossy. You don't understand. You have logic, my friend.
Yeah,
Look at
They,
her face.
they fold that logic in return for all these deconstructionist ideologies.
She's
Yo, can-
programmed already, bro.
Right. Can you imagine going on a date with this girl and hearing the stupid shit she would say about anything?
God, man, just dash.
Like we're not talking about anything but stupid shit. We're talking about the fucking we're talking about nothing.
She'd be
You
easy
know
to
what I mean?
impress. She'd be easy to impress. I mean, I can say that
Yeah.
much.
Nah, she would hate us, Monty. Like if we talk to her about anything of like substance, she would hate me and you.
Shit,
Nah, just start lying.
my square ass could pull this chick. I
You
mean,
can
whatever.
just start lying, bro.
She's not
Wait.
thinking. She's
Well,
not smart.
she's kind of cute, but
Well, look.
dummy.
Yeah, look. If I was on a date with her, I would have to tell her that I support Black Lives Matter. Put it like that.
I'm a square. I'm as square as it comes. And I'm pretty sure I can get this. I can get this chick in bed. I mean, she's just stupid. That's why. She's just stupid.
You could lie that to her face straight up, bro. This shit don't seem hard at all. I'm just being honest.
I would tell her, yeah, what happened to George Floyd was wrong. It was fucked up. It broke my heart. You know,
That
George Floyd changed the
compassion.
world.
That compassion shit.
Right. George Floyd changed the world.
I'm getting. Yeah, he told me.
We need to
tell her
stop
that-
police brutality.
Yo, Wicked.
Dang. I could just see it now. Wicked. Her panties are already halfway down her thighs.
I'm telling you, dude. Like, I could already imagine going on a date with her, dude. You would have to talk about nothing, dude.
Hey, man.
I
These are our future teachers. I hope you know that.
Right. That's the thing, right there. That's a future teacher right here. Something.
Yeah.
Or a barista at Starbucks. Who knows, right?
Each one of these people are potential revolutionaries that just pay attention to media without question at all, just believing everything. Same goes with academia and stuff.
Hey.
Imagine just believing everything that was told to you.
Hey, Savrix, and I will say if there is some kind of revolution, which most fail, this lady's folding like immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I'll get on my Joseph. I said this yesterday. I'll get on my Joseph Stalin shit. I'm enslaving her.
Yeah, she's a self-guilty white. She's ready to pledge herself to
Yeah, she's
whatever kind of thing. Yeah, exactly.
She's weak mentally.
Yeah, weak psyche. Absolutely.
And that's all you need. You don't even have to be physically. You could be physically as strong as you want, but at least if I got your mind, like, hey,
especially if there's social
over.
pressure and physical force being applied to you to think this way, or else they're gonna give you a hard time, aka fucking beat the shit out of you or kill you.
It's unfortunate that Yeah, so it's unfortunate to see someone just get to this point. And you're in a college, and you got in this.
Yeah, right.
You at this point in your life, and this is the response you give with all the
Yeah.
evidence that I'm pretty sure you have at your disposal.
Yeah, but it was
Right.
it's pre-programmed though.
You know, I take
Hey.
back what I said. I may be square, but even I wouldn't want to do anything with this chick. She's. Ugh.
Nah, I
I take
would.
it. I take it back. I said,
I would
no,
for one night.
No,
Hey,
it ain't
hey,
worth it.
hey,
It ain't
Marcy,
worth it.
and Nate said that she would take you to get an ID, bro.
Yeah, he said the coffee would suck. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, the coffee would suck though.
Yeah, you would. Hey, Monty, you would shock her mind if you told her you had a state ID.
I got multiple IDs, man.
Also, they're trying to stay out of this hassle-free zone though, and that entails to saying all of the top to down talking points that of the woke bullshit.
Man, I tell you, I don't know why black people don't take more advantage. If I was a fucking black guy, I'd be going to the college campuses getting free shit from these white people.
Well, some are going to bank in on that.
I'd be
Some
like, I don't
take
have my
advantage of
ID.
it.
Can you give me some alcohol, cigarettes, fucking like all this shit? Somebody call me the N-word.
Oh
Can
yeah,
have
I don't have the
coffee?
money either, but
Can I have
I'm sure you can
donuts?
cover it.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan, could you hold a pound of this weed for me real quick? Hey, I need to bag it up at your crib, please. Can I just
Drop this off at my buddy's place.
You
Right.
can you count this money for me real quick? All right, thanks.
Yo, tell her, hold my gun for me real quick. Just hold my gun for a
Yeah.
second.
Hey, I'm on the run. Can I stay at your crib for a bit? Like 3 days. Bro.
Hold this piano wire.
All right, man. Let me.
Of how it works.
A lot of people have harder for black people to go online.
Well, I feel like they don't have the knowledge of how it works.
A lot of people have smartphones, but you might not have data.
For most of the communities, they don't really know what is out there just because they're not aware or they're not informed. I also think there's a repression.
Insufferable.
Yeah, it's the subtle bigotry of low expectations.
The
Fucking
smart,
nauseating.
the smartphone one kind of had me rolling because it got me thinking about Metro PCS.
Yeah, like they have a Cricket store, a Metro PCS on every corner in the fucking hood.
Boost Mobile.
Boost Mobile, yeah.
Yeah, behind the bulletproof glass.
Right next to a barbershop.
And they got Starbucks and McDonald's and stuff like that with free Wi-Fi all over the place. I mean,
But they don't know how to log on, Johnny. They don't know how to log on.
That's true. That's true. They can never remember their passwords. But this guy right here, this chick right here, no one should ever hire her for how racist she is. You can't trust somebody that's this racist to work. What if she was the HR department somewhere?
Oh, they are. They are.
And you're a black person and you're going to fill out that application. She thinks you're a fucking moron, man. God damn, this is one.
But she'll hire you because of that. It doesn't, it's going to benefit you in the end.
That's one racist chick though. That little chick is racist.
Yo, these are the types
For
of
most
chick
of the
in
communities,
HR,
they don't
bro.
really
have data.
For most of the communities, they don't really know what is out there just because they're not aware or they're not informed. I also think there's a repression of black voting with how if you're a convicted felon, you're not allowed to vote and everything. And when you look at swing states like Florida, that's a huge population of the African Americans.
Now I'm here.
We just talked about that.
We're all felons, apparently.
Yeah, see, her thought. She made those thought avenues connect. Her own perceptions.
Yep.
That wasn't brought up in any way.
But
There are a lot of some people in jail, but not all of us are felons.
Yeah, right.
Scott Adams is a racist. And here's the thing, man. She said, the way she said it, she separated, she compartmentalized these statements. So that's probably how she feels in her mind that she's not racist. Because she brung it home at the end with that's a huge part of the population.
Yeah.
But it's actually not, man. The black people that are felons are not a huge part of the population. But if there's a shooting in your town, it is a son, man. I'll give you that.
Right. But these girls, what do they know about the stand? These girls, all right. What do they know about the stand? Like, on a personal level,
what they
not
see
like
on
a
the news.
right. I don't mean passing through. I don't mean being a teacher in there, even though that's rough. I'm talking about like, what do they know about this thing? Nothing.
They're right though. I mean, these people are the ones that would cancel Scott Adams, but this is their thought. They're not wrong about wanting to stay the fuck away from the stand, which these people do. These people segregate. Most of the
Right.
liberal cities are very segregated. So these
Yeah,
people self-segregate from black
yeah,
people.
and they're scared to fold
Oh
their
yeah.
beliefs. They're
This
scared.
girl is terrified of the stand, all right? I promise you she's terrified.
out there
Getting
just because they're not aware or like they're not.
I was just gonna say, getting one of these people to realize that they've been lied to this much, like bringing somebody over to the other side, to our side or whatever this side is, they would have like a mental breakdown.
It's gonna take a lot of humility,
Oh
which
yeah,
it's
most
going to
people
be
don't
like
have.
coming back from a stroke.
I don't
It's
even
gonna
know, man.
it's gonna take
You're
the
going to have to
son to
relearn
victimize
everything
him.
again.
Yeah,
How to
It's gonna
breathe.
take
Wicked,
some harsh victimizing by the son then. And that's
Wicked,
definitely a possibility.
Wicked's
Yeah,
right.
maybe
Because
an
even
event.
even Yuri Bezmenov said it would take sheer terror to get to wake them out of this trance, this sleep. So yeah, they got to be victimized, and probably repeatedly.
Yeah, I don't feel bad if anything happens to her. To be honest, she got to learn, bro.
I would. I mean, she's stupid.
Nah, she got to learn though. Like, yeah, she's stupid. She got to
Do
learn.
we
You
leave?
don't
Yeah,
feel
that's the
bad for stupid
question.
people.
That's the question? Do we leave it for these naive people to get taken advantage of, and it's going to come down to like a physical event eventually? I don't know if we just let that happen, or we risk
Even after the
them.
physical event, it's not enough. Some dude got shot in the fucking
Yeah,
face
you're
the other
right, man.
night, and he was apologizing to the fucking gunman. It's like,
Mhm.
holy shit.
Yeah, I think this woman, she might be stupid, but she has a big fucking mouth. So if you're stupid with a big mouth, you
That's
gotta
not
watch out, man.
Smartphones, but you might not have data. For most of the communities, they don't really know what is out there just because they're not aware or like they're not informed. I also think there's a repression of like black voting with how if you're a convicted felon, like you're not allowed to vote and everything. And when you look at swing states like Florida, that's a huge population of the like African Americans.
Now I'm here in East Harlem to ask black people their thoughts on what you just heard. Do you have ID normally? You carry ID around?
Yes, I have state ID.
Do you carry ID?
Yes, I do.
Do you know any black person who doesn't carry ID?
No. Everyone that I know has an ID. Why would they think we don't have ID?
That's a lie. Why would you say that?
Do you have ID?
Yes. Because I have my ID and my friends have their ID, so like we know what we need to carry around.
Yeah, everybody that I know have ID. Like that's one of the things you need to walk around with New York with, an ID.
Do you know any black adult who does not have ID?
No, I don't.
Is it a weird thing to even say that?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
What is this, some type of trick candy cameras?
I know, right? That's the only thing I brought with me.
Those are legit IDs. I heard a lot also that black people can't figure out how to get to the DMV.
Really?
What's that saying to you?
I know it's that on 25th Street.
Do you know where the DMV is around you?
It's on 125th Street and 3rd Avenue, I believe.
You know how to get there?
Yeah.
Would you have a problem getting there if you had to get there?
No.
I know these sound like silly questions. You know how to get to the DMV?
Of course.
You know where it is?
Yes.
You can get there?
Uh-huh.
No problem.
No problem.
Just checking.
Okay.
And I also heard a lot that black people, especially poor black people, have no access to the internet, can't figure out how to use the internet.
That's just stupidity, honestly. Everybody has access to the internet. Even a little kid could figure out how to work the internet.
I had access to the internet for years.
You know how to use it properly, right?
Exactly. I do it at work. So, of course, I know how to use it. My kids know how to use it. They all have iPads, iPods, whatever.
Your phone has data?
Mm-hmm.
You can access the internet
Unlimited.
with unlimited data.
Mm-hmm. I use my phone as a hotspot.
What does that say to you for the people who have this perception of black people?
They're pretty much ignorant. That's
Got the same
my
shirt.
thought process on it.
I just think that's ignorant. Ignorant.
Ignorant. That's the word I hear a lot. Ignorant.
Very, very ignorant.
Does it sound racist for somebody to say that?
I think it is a little racist because you're putting people in a category and you have no idea what you're talking about.
That's a little racist, but Trump saying, "What do you have to lose?" is racist. And all the other things that they think are racist, but they only think they're racist. And
Trump's saying they're not sending their best; they're sending murderers and rapists. That's racist.
Yo, but these folks feel more authentic, more real than the gliders. Really, these people feel more like natural, more comfortable.
Yeah,
He should have asked them what they think of voting rights laws to see what they say.
They would say how they feel, not how they think.
Yeah.
Oh, they would probably spew the same shit the gliders would if they asked them that question. They would say stupid shit too, nah.
But you know what? If I was the interviewer,
he
I
would have asked
been like,
them, "Do you have a problem voting?" He wouldn't have said what he think about. He would have said, "Have you? Do you have a trouble voting, or is there anything stopping you from voting?" It's like, what? No. Like, he would have asked him like that. He wouldn't have asked him what they thought of voting right was.
yeah, but see, some of them were already showing their ID. If I was a smart ass, I might be like, see, and when the cop asks you for it, it's that easy.
Right.
That's a good one.
Maybe a
And the
little bit of
conversation
racist
stops
in it,
then.
but like I said, I think it's more stupidity and ignorance.
Judging somebody, like, what, you judging them because they black, saying that they don't got it?
What people are they talking to? Who are these people talking to?
The pasty white libs that you fucking love.
Do you have a problem that if you go to vote and they say, "Can we please see your ID to make sure you are who you say you are"? Are you
Love
cool?
showing my ID.
You got no problem with that?
Nope.
Would you have a problem if when you go to vote, if they say, "Can we please just see your ID to make sure you are who you say you are"? Do you have an issue with that?
No.
Would you have a problem if there was a rule where you have to show your ID in order to vote?
I don't think so. No.
Would you have an issue if there was a rule saying you got to show your ID before you vote?
Nah.
You cool with that?
Yeah.
Hey, check out back chat. Andre Rose just sent a video, and it's called "Racist Liberals Harass Black Trump Supporters."
Oh,
It's in the back
great.
chat.
Some self-guilty
It's
whites,
only
and they're
7
calling
minutes long. Only 7 minutes.
Oh my god. These fucking pasty lips was something else.
Yeah, the people that they're apologizing to and for is the same person that's going to attack them eventually in that physical event. Eventually.
Yeah, when the shit goes sideways, these are the same people that will run dead long into their killers and gladly kneel before them to be beheaded.
You got some stuff about my color?
Why
would you call me a black coon? You want to call me an Uncle Tom?
No, I just wonder what he said.
What you want to do? What you want to do? I don't know what you want to do. What you want to do? No, I want you touching me because you might fucking
perfect example of your family, I swear.
No, y'all ignorant as hell. Like, y'all really fucking ignorant.
This is why you don't bring your kids to a Trump rally, drink, and cuss while holding your children.
Exactly.
Trying to tell us that.
I hope you catching an Uber tonight. I hope you ain't drinking and driving.
That's why they took their children, because I told them I would have the cops come and breathalyze.
This can't be peaceful enough you bring kids to it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he was intoxicated.
The lady was.
Of course you can bring kids to it. You don't hold them while you're intoxicated and cussing and trying to tell a 4-year-old that Trump is done. 4-year-old don't know anything. I'm not saying you can't bring any. You've been drinking, sir. Have a good day.
Fuck Trump! Fuck Trump!
The lady, I saw her. She was going up to people, vendors at booths, mostly African American vendors, and telling you guys off for supporting Trump.
Right. I mean, I don't know who she is. I don't care who she is. I'm gonna support who I want to support. I support Donald Trump all day, every day.
The underlying intention of when she asked him, "Oh, you're for Trump?" That means, "Oh,
I already know where she was going.
So,
You black. You also Trump a racist. I mean, he's no racist than what you are.
That, man. Who's in the wrong? Us being out here doing stuff, with the permit legally, or stirring the pot like what they normally do, drinking and being absurd in the streets. We didn't do anything wrong.
It's what the news and the Democrats want to give out to the Americans.
All right, man. Let me move on, man. Let's get into the fuckery, man.
Hey, I want to make that a coffee mug or a shirt. That quote right there, buddy.
What quote?
Let me move along, man.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. No, dude, I've been thinking about.
Yeah.
I want to buy the one that says "Out to the Gun
On
Memorial."
the second half of the Factor Uncensored. Now,
Yeah.
And welcome and thank you for joining us on the second half of the Factor Uncensored. Now, earlier this week, we had an honest discussion here about seeing young black people involved in all the crime in Miami during spring break, video after video, from murders to vandalism. We want our panel to address it if there is a problem in the black community, but most importantly, how do we fix it? Solutions.
So listen. Is the name of this video is there a violence problem in the black community?
No.
Like, I mean, are you serious, man?
Not that much.
You have to ask, like, how, like, are you fucking kidding me? Is there a stinging problem in the bee community? Is there a hopping problem in the cricket community? Is there a fucking growling problem in the fucking lion community? Is there a barking problem in the dog community? Is there a meowing problem in the cat community? What the fuck are you talking about?
You've seen the video time and time again where Miami was slapped with a lot of violence during the spring break. Tonight, we brought our guests back. We started this conversation earlier this week. They're back addressing this problem. Radio host Claver Kamal Imani, Dr. Ruth Allen Olison, and Waller County Constable Herschel Smith are all here again. So,
hey, somebody from the Scorpion Squad whack Coddy, what's his name? Codbari Hardwell. Somebody whack him, man. Somebody
taser?
Yeah, somebody in the Scorpion Squad whack him. Don't you just pull out your service pistol, man. Fucking Philando Castile his ass, man.
So last time we talked, Claver, we were talking about trying to find solutions. We all acknowledge there is an issue that we need to address. We talked about family. We talked about the church. We talked about parenting may be part of the problem. Mm-hmm. So how do we address it when we see so many young black people involved in crimes like that, where they're attacking and vandalizing a car, committing murder on camera, just shooting each other? It's just mind-blowing and hurtful to see as well. But how do we start addressing this, Claver?
The first thing I think we need to do, first of all, Isaiah, thank you for the invitation. But can we start at the root of the problem?
Go to the root.
Oh fuck, the root? No, motherfucker. That they talk about white people and shit.
Here it goes.
The Deluxe 247, aka Calrican, aka the real MVP, coming through once again, man. Salute to Steve S. Op Nation Hall of Famer coming through once again. He says, for commercials, we're pre-no fault divorce. Oh, okay. He said the commercials that like the one we started the show with was before no fault divorce.
Hey, the root cause is DNA.
Yeah, but he's going to talk about white DNA. That's the DNA. He thinks it's the root cause. White glider DNA.
Oh, for sure.
Think about what spring break was supposed to be, what it originally started out as. It was supposed to be about college students that were getting away after, let's say, their midterms, or to unload some steam, or to get ready and relax and decompress before they go back to campus to deal with midterms and certainly finals. That's what it was supposed to be at the very beginning. I'm having a hard time believing that a lot of these kids that were down in Miami Beach are college kids. If that's the behavior of our...
Well, both kids that got murdered were college kids. We don't know. I don't know about the kids that did the murdering, but both kids that got murdered were
college kids today. I don't want to be around when they're holding the reins of control of this country. If that is the behavior of college kids today, I'm not very sure that the ones that were causing the trouble in Miami Beach are actually enrolled at any university anywhere in the United States. I think a lot of them were outsiders that were causing problems. That doesn't diminish the fact that what you saw in the video images were majority of black kids. And what I started talking about on Monday were 4 institutions
all black kids, you fucking slick bastard.
They're
Out
enrolled
of
in the
it,
local
taking
Trap
an
Star
MRI
University.
or an X-ray and a readjustment, a reattitude about what their role really is. The capital C church, governance, education, the big education complex, Big Ed, and parenting skills, the role and obligation that parents have in this day and time to be able to direct their child, as the constables say, in the way that they should go. And when they get old, they don't depart. I think we're very far away from that. The church and pastors, especially black pastors in mega churches, should be addressing from the pulpit, from a biblical perspective, the
Smart Kids scholarships, and because they apply for it. What more can the church do to reach those who may be troubled, who may be in these videos that we're seeing in Miami where they're vandalizing and committing murder before they get to that point?
Yeah, I think we have to get more involved in terms of reaching out. I think too often we are inside the walls of the church. But the church, Jesus said, go and tell. And we also have to go.
Involved with vandalism, murders there. Your thoughts. What do you see as a solution to save that generation?
First of all, when we sending our children out to out of state, going party, you got to have a courageous conversation with your children. You don't have a courageous conversation with them. I remember my son one night at homecoming at Preview, and I told him, I said, son, stay away from the bad kids. Do not get in the car. He does the opposite. He gets in the car. He end up being in a car where they was swagging, and they had an incident where the car hit the other car, and they had an altercation. And the kid that owned the car said, hey, look, you're gonna give me my shoes. Mm-hmm. And one thing led to another. And so the kid eventually ran to the campus police chief and told him, said, they robbed me. And of course, my son was in the car. And all of these kids end up going to jail that night, And so when we have those courageous conversations, we know what have happened in the past of all the incidents of the big concert that we had here in Houston and different people traveling, going different places. They need to understand, hey, look, we got to keep our eyes open.
You can't get away from the bad kids in the black community, man. They're every fucking where.
Fashion designer. Katie Marie Gallagher was found dead last July in her apartment in Manhattan, and police now say her death was a homicide, and it could be linked to at least 5 other deaths of people who were drugged and robbed. Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles is on Manhattan's Lower East Side tonight. Darla.
Joe, Katie Gallagher became an instant icon on the fashion scene when she moved to New York in her early 20s. She's dressed celebrities like Lady Gaga and Rita Ora, and not only was her death sudden 7 months ago, it was very painful because no one knew how she died. Well, now we have that answer, and not only do we know how she died, it's been ruled a homicide, and the NYPD says it's part of a larger ongoing investigation. On the second floor of this Lower East Side building, this notice was posted on the apartment door where 35-year-old Katie Gallagher lived and was found dead last summer. 7 months later, her death ruled a homicide. Every day she would come by and say hi?
Yeah, every day. Every day saying hi like that.
The toxicology tests are in, and the medical examiner says she had fentanyl and ethanol in her system, and police say she was the victim of grand larceny. Detectives now linking it to at least 2 major crime patterns, investigations covered by 7 on Your Side last year.
They're actually approaching people in the bar, striking up a conversation and offering to do drugs with them.
From March 18th to December 8th in 2022, the NYPD investigated 26 similar incidents, and 7 people have died. A lot of people cried around here.
It's a nice lady. Yeah, it's a neighborhood here. Everybody knows this lady.
Gallagher, originally from Western Pennsylvania, quickly became an internationally recognized fashion designer when she moved to New York in 2009 and launched her first collection in 2010. Fashion Mourn's downtown designer, Katie Gallagher, was the headline of an August Vogue article that called her fiercely independent and sure of her vision. And in a GoFundMe page, Gallagher's family writes, Katie was unique, beautiful, smart, unabashed, and always wanting. Katie loved telling stories and chose to tell them through fashion. Now, I reached out to the Gallagher family today. These new developments are new to them. They are just finding out about these new developments in terms of the larger ongoing investigation today. They declined to make an immediate comment, saying they just need to wrap their head around all of these new things.
Hey, man, I hope a Southern man is not behind this shit, man. I hope Southern men are behind this shit. I hope at least this high kind of like high class crime. I hope this is not something. Salute
Poor
to,
son woman, wasn't that Cardi B's racket?
well, she's on Brito. Salute the short bus driver. He says, stop calling them kids. 18, adult. So go party, but be adults. Calling them kids, auto excuses. Yeah, man. Yeah, them some people, man, in spring break, man, a lot of them people in their 20s, man, which is a kid, though, like, to a degree, man. Like, you're still kind of, like, young and dumb. Salute to, let's see, okay. Salute to, Gigi Ryder. He says, church may help some sons. I seen sons on Facebook praying to Jesus in jail or prison to get an acquittal or hung jury or appeal. Why? So they can hurry back to thugging. Yeah,
Facts.
everybody gets religious when they catch a case. Man.
Thanks. Hey, yeah, but you can't give us Cardi B, man. That's y'all. How y'all gonna give us
Have you
Cardi
seen the
B?
parents?
No, that's all y'all.
Have you
No. I'll
Take
give you
that
some.
L
I'll give you some breeder. I'll give you some breeder.
Wicked, I'll take it.
never
She's
seen
a
her
Sunbreeder
parents.
Islander,
Hey,
bro.
give
You
us
never
Paul.
seen her.
Some
I'll
tiger.
take it.
Give us Paul Rodriguez, and you take Cardi B.
Dude, her parents are both on burritos.
Wicked, I'll take that.
She ain't got a son, a piece of son in her.
Are you sure?
Start now with breaking news.
Yeah.
Fox News just learning a volunteer football coach at Viger High School has been arrested, accused of selling drugs on campus.
Fox 10 News' Ariel Mallory just got off the phone with Mobile County Sheriff Paul Birch. Ariel, tell us what he had to say about this.
Yeah, well, Byron and Lanise, Sheriff Birch wanted to stress that in their conversation with the Mobile County Public School System today, they have a zero tolerance for selling drugs on and around campus. Now, here's that volunteer coach arrested today on Viger's campus. His name is Herbert Burrell. Sheriff Birch tells me he volunteers for the football team. He's charged with unlawful distribution of a controlled substance, possession of a controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia and possession of marijuana. He's still locked up in Metro tonight. The sheriff tells me he may face more charges from other agencies. Now, I'm also told this arrest was a part of an ongoing investigation between the sheriff's office and school officials. Birch wanted to stress that Burrell was not an employee at Viger. We'll certainly have more on this story tomorrow.
Damn, son, man, selling drugs is the coach, is a volunteer coach at the school, man. Mobile never, ever let you down.
Live right now in the Breaking News Center, Ariel Mallory, Fox 10 News.
Now at 5 tonight, a chaotic scene caught on camera. Today, detectives released new video.
Oh my God.
That's gotta be Philly. Where is this at?
It's Philly, yeah. But
I fucking knew it. How'd I know?
The house is probably the back.
No, the way they're shooting, this is textbook Philly. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You can
I
recognize.
promise. I get some people do this everywhere, but something about Philly though.
It's definitely Philly. It was posted on the Philly Crime Update one.
But look at how they just appear. Like, that's got to be terrible. By this time, it's too late. Marcy, how would you have handled the situation? You're sitting on there shooting the breeze. You're sitting on the porch shooting the breeze. You got your gun, on your holster. You shoot all four of them dead. Like, how you turn in the Equalizer, turn in the Denzel and Equalizer, man? How you handle it?
No reload.
No, I'd find cover. I'd take cover behind a car that where the engine compartment is, because I know the rounds aren't going to penetrate through the engine.
And then mag dump on them.
The Harlem Nights on them.
John Wick.
No, I mean, no, not likely. No, I'm like I said, I take cover and
play it smart.
Yeah,
I looked at this clip. They're shooting for less than 10 seconds, and then they're gone.
Yeah, but they got switches. So with the switches, you can get off. This group can get off 100 rounds in that little short time.
What I'm saying is, by the time you get to cover and it's done, and they're gone.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's a wrap. Salute to Benedict, man. He says, oh, he didn't say nothing. He's high.
Benedict Arnold.
Yeah, Benedict Arnold, man. Shut up. But the way they just appear, man, this is terrifying.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous of the reckless abandon. They have no. They're carefree. Look at them.
Yeah, they're not worried about the police. They're not worried about nothing.
A chaotic scene caught on camera. Today, detectives released new video of the moment 4 people opened fire on a group of teenagers in West Philadelphia. 2 16-year-olds and a 13-year-old are still hospitalized. Thursday night, Shari is off. Sarah Bloomquist is joining us. And the big story in Action News is the search for 5 suspects.
Officers spoke about the investigation this afternoon. Action News reporter John Paul is live for us now at Philadelphia Police Headquarters. John, this video just so disturbing, really almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is. And you could tell, the police were saying that same thing that you were just saying, Sarah. It was wild that this was happening in the streets of Philadelphia. Now, they put the video out this morning. They also told me there's going to be more video coming out that shows those 4 suspects getting out of a newer model gray Honda CRV driven by a 5th person. And tonight, they need help identifying suspects. The video only lasts 10 seconds, but in that time, nearly 70 bullets are fired. You see 4 young people, 2 with handguns, 2 with automatic rifles, firing down North Fraser Street in West Philadelphia. What you don't see is what happened off screen. A 13-year-old and 2 16-year-olds were hit.
An automatic gun going off with broad daylight on the streets of the city of Philadelphia, 4 miles, just shooting up the block.
Police held a news conference this afternoon to ask for help from the public. They're asking everyone to take a close look at these 4 men to see if they might recognize them or their clothing.
guy in the white doesn't
Tonight,
have
they
automatic.
revealed they're looking for 5 people in total. The 4 shooters were dropped off on Lansdowne Avenue by someone driving a newer model gray Honda CRV. 2 days later, a CRV was later found burned out in Belmont. Investigators are looking to see if it's the same one used in the crime.
There's evidence there. There is definitely evidence there. We're hoping to exploit that evidence and find out if that is actually the car.
Police tell us the 2 16-year-olds are in extremely critical condition, while the 13-year-old is unstable. They don't know why the 3 were targeted.
These aren't ripples. This is a tsunami.
Pastor Aaron Campbell knows one of the victims. He runs Level Up, a program for at-risk youth. He says gun violence is touching everyone in the city. 6ABC talked to him the day after the shooting. He says since then, at least 10 kids have come to talk because the violence is getting so bad.
A young black male in Philadelphia has the same stress level as someone on the front lines of the Afghan war.
Police also revealed to us today that they found a .45 caliber handgun they believe may have been used in that shooting on Lansdowne shortly after that shooting on Monday. I'm going to let you know when that video comes out of them getting out of that Honda CRV. For now, we're live at.
Yeah, Benedict, for some reason I can't read your your message on that you left on PayPal, man. For some reason I can't read it, man. Let me read. It says challenge paid. I was a kid. It doesn't let me tell you. Say the rest. Yeah, I mean that is terrifying, man. The way they just rolled up, man.
At Police Headquarters, Channel 6 Action News. Rick.
I love how they're not shooting to hit their target. They're just shooting to shoot.
Yeah.
One thing that it didn't show is on the post that they said, light-faced person wearing a white mask. I'm like, how do you know they're light-faced? They're wearing a white mask. How can you tell? that's a grainy image
Maybe
to be able
hands.
to
I
try
don't
to
know.
identify.
I don't know. Maybe the hands.
All right, John, thank you. We are following.
It was a horrifying morning commute for people over on the West Bank today. New Orleans police say a hit and run in Algiers escalated, leading to a shooting and a chase across the Crescent City connection. And there are still some questions about exactly what happened there. And Lily Cummings spoke with an eyewitness today. She brings us more details now in the studio. Lily.
Katie, there is still some confusion about how it all played out. According to the NOPD, after the fender bender, the victim tried to exchange information, but the suspect took off and shot at the victim. But according to an eyewitness we talked to, the victim was followed as they tried to get away from the suspect after they were shot at. Now, what is clear is that it was a wild rush hour with bullets flying.
For Ian Wilson, it was a typical workday. His morning commute began in Algiers shortly before 8 a.m. Wilson says he was near Shirley Drive in General de Gaulle when he observed a black SUV. As traffic moved towards the Crescent City connection, Wilson says he noticed the same vehicle stopped. He says the SUV pulled out in front of him next to a brown pickup truck.
And that's where I saw he tried to pull on the passenger door handle of this truck and was verbally saying something to the guy. And at that point, the traffic started to go, so the truck proceeded forward. And he took a second like he was going to chase after it on foot, but he turned around and came back to his car. His car door was wide open. And at that point, I noticed he had a black handgun in his hand. And I was like, whoa, this guy got out of his car with a gun. That's crazy.
As traffic kept inching forward towards the bridge, the situation escalated.
Pulled up to the vehicle again, got back out with his handgun, walked up to the passenger window and tried to smack the passenger window with the pistol to break it, and it didn't break.
Wilson says the driver of the truck tried to get away from the SUV driver. That's when the SUV driver opened fire.
And I heard the gunshot and saw that he had shot at the truck.
According to Wilson, that's when the black SUV began chasing the pickup.
And at that point, I got to the Crescent City connection, so they're a little further up on it, and I heard a second gunshot.
Wilson says other drivers were slamming on brakes and making way for a state trooper that flew by. According to the NOPD, the pickup truck driver was on the phone with police as the chase ensued.
It was really a quick response, especially down here, by the state police, by our units, and it's still being investigated as we speak.
It ended in downtown New Orleans by the World War II Museum, where police say the suspect's vehicle crashed. According to police, the suspect tried to run away but was arrested. Police also say they confiscated 2 weapons. Wilson said drivers had nowhere to go in heavy traffic.
Still in shock just actually seeing someone pull out a gun like that early in the morning and just being stopped in the middle of all that traffic.
And at this time, we don't know much about the driver of the pickup truck, but police did say that no one was injured.
A sexually explicit cell phone video now has a Fulton County detention officer off the job and facing some very serious charges. The video shows 36-year-old Kawana Jenkins engaged in a lewd act, and the Fulton County Sheriff's Office says it was with an inmate. Channel 2's Audrey Washington's live at the Fulton County Jail. Audrey, you spoke with the now former officer's mother.
Right, and she was clearly very upset when she spoke with me. Now, according to the Fulton County Sheriff's Office, that cell phone with that explicit video on it was actually found during a shakedown right here inside the Fulton County Jail. From a detention officer uniform to a Fulton County Jail jumpsuit, 36-year-old Kawana Jenkins now faces a slew of serious charges. This week, Fulton County Sheriff deputies arrested Jenkins after an explicit cell phone video involving an inmate surfaced. We blurred and stopped the video before the more graphic part, but in the cell phone video, you can see Jenkins sitting in her uniform. Then a man's finger appears near her mouth. She next performs a sexual act on the man's finger before the video abruptly ends. Wednesday, we went to Jenkins' home for comment on the situation. Her mother responded through the door. Hi, Miss Jenkins.
Man, she working with some things. Yeah, this is all over social media. Man. She sucked the skin off his finger, man.
Ugh.
Shit, if you was in jail, man, she looked like goddamn Vanessa Williams, man. What are you talking about? woman. These guys are in fucking prison, Wilson.
Right. They ain't seen a chicken forever. She turned
Right.
into Diana Ross and
Yeah.
Queen Latifah all in one.
Ooh, yikes. But yeah, this is yeah, man.
I was talking about this one.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Lori Lightfoot with a Lori Lightfoot with a lace front.
Yeah, man. This is she is, man. Them dudes. This is she banging. She a banger, man.
Sexual act on the man's
hell with some
finger
glass. Ugh.
before the video abruptly ends. Wednesday, we went to Jenkins' home for comment on the situation. Her mother responded through the door.
Hi, Miss Jenkins. This is Audrey Washington from Channel 2. She's not here. No comment, please. Okay, no comment? I'm her mother. I don't have no comment.
Officials with the sheriff's office
What?
told us deputies initially found
I'm a mother. I don't have the. What the fuck did that mean?
I don't know.
Okay, no comment? I'm her mother. I don't have no comment.
Official.
Say, I'm her mother. I have no comment.
Oh, I'm her mother. Oh, I thought she said I'm a mother. I was like, what the fuck is
The sheriff's office told us deputies initially found the contraband cell phone and subsequently the lewd video during a shakedown of the Fulton County Jail. In a statement, Sheriff Pat Labat wrote, quote, "As Sheriff of Fulton County, I am committed to transparency and to holding each and every employee accountable to the oath they have taken to protect and serve our community. The actions of this one individual are certainly not a reflection of the men and women of the Fulton County Sheriff's Office." Tuesday, a judge granted Jenkins bond. Still, Jenkins faces improper sexual contact and cruelty to inmate charges. And the sheriff's
Cruelty to inmates. Does that mean she didn't finish the job?
This incident, we are
Yeah, leaving them with blue balls, man. I didn't know what blue balls. I thought blue balls wasn't real till I caught it, man. I said, God damn, that's one of the most painful things ever, man. Blue balls hurts like shit, man. It's not even your balls; it's like your stomach and shit. But it hurts, man. Blue balls
Your
hurt.
fucking soul.
Yeah, blue balls hurt. Even when you try to whack off to try to alleviate it, you can't even whack off because your shit too tender, man. Your fucking balls.
Yeah, once you got it, you're done.
Yeah, you gotta whack off to get that off. If you don't whack off,
You're down on injured reserve if you don't fuck around and get that bullet out of the gun.
You might die, yo. You will feel like literally, you gonna feel like you gonna die if you don't get that shit off. I thought that shit was fake. I didn't think that shit was real, man. For like a long time, I was like, because guys always talked about it. Blue balls. I was like, the fuck, this shit ain't.
You guys made me choke, man. I was laughing so bad.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man, that shit hurts like the Dickens, man.
And the sheriff's office confirmed that the office did fire Jenkins. As for this incident, we are still asking whether or not this is her first incident involving an inmate. We have not heard back. And right now we are live here right outside the Fulton County Jail here in Northwest Atlanta. Audrey Washington, Channel 2 Action News.
That's a pastor in fucking Uganda. Y'all want to see that? This is a pastor. This is 12 years ago.
Yeah.
The boo-boo guy.
In Britain or America or the whole world to come and face me. We face off each other. And he tells me when he started realizing that he was actually gay. Because they are lying.
I believe that I was born gay.
Are you a gay? You are gay. Since
as far as I can remember.
Now, tell me this. Have you ever had any woman?
No.
How many men have you had?
How many men? Oh, I couldn't count.
Many.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. You've had many. More than 10?
Yeah.
More than 20?
Yeah.
50?
Yeah.
So you don't love?
Yeah, nah, they just do that trade shit where they just fucking meet up.
Man, I believe him too.
Shit. Yeah, he probably had fucking 1,000. He should have kept going. More than 100.
Tell us about it, Wicked.
More than 300. More than 400. More than 500.
Isn't that how they spread like the monkeypox doing that shit?
More than 10,000. dude would be like, oh shit, yeah. Like what if 50,000? Yeah, man, sure. Like don't they do that shit, man. They fucking like they just different world, man. They different, man. They are different, man.
Well, Ak, we got our resident expert here.
Oh yeah, man. Go ahead, man. Y'all try to get pulled. Y'all try to get me. I don't get involved, man. I don't get involved in that, man.
Well, I mean, not to be joking, but did you ever get any insight on that, Masti? Like, why do they do that? It's kind of fucking disgusting, right?
Yeah,
it is gross. No,
Did they ever discuss that?
No, I'm kind of happy that it wasn't discussed.
Yeah,
Pretty much, actually, I am happy it wasn't discussed.
Listen, man. Listen, man. Heterosexual guys, we like bragging about how much ass we get, how much pussy we get, but god damn, like 300 motherfuckers in like 6 months. Like, I wouldn't want to deal with that many women. And I wouldn't want to deal with them. Those motherfuckers, they have like 300 partners in 6 months. They just
That's how
everything.
Well,
that's
they
how
take
Dahmer.
that. Well, they
That's
take
how
that
Dahmer has so many
identity.
victims, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's exactly how Dahmer got all of it.
Well, that's their identity, and they often like make it their lifestyle. Like I'm this or I'm that.
Man, that shit is crazy, man. Just the way he said that shit was funny. He was like, "What? This guy could have went to a fucking million, more than a million."
Have you ever had any woman?
No.
How many men have you had?
How many men? Oh, I couldn't count.
Many.
Oh yeah.
You've had many. More than 10?
Yeah.
More than 20?
Yeah.
50?
Yeah.
So you don't love?
Yeah. I haven't had as many as I told you, by the way. Yeah, go on.
You don't love?
I do love.
So it's ganging.
I do love.
It's reckless.
It's not like I've been philandering myself everywhere and carousing.
One comes, another comes,
no, it's
another
not
comes.
like that.
It's
not like that. Straight relationships work out, gay relationships work out, or they don't.
You put it into your heart, into your mind that I think, and now you believe it. You've got to say that to deceive other people because you want so many people to come to your ranks.
I don't want anyone to come to my ranks.
No,
I'm not recruiting people. It's just the way I am.
Look, don't fool the world.
I'm not fooling
don't
the world.
Fool Ugandans.
Oh my God.
My brother, my son.
Oh my God.
Okay. You were not born a gay.
Okay.
You were born a man with a penis.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, and with ananas.
Yes,
the
I believe
anus
so.
was for defecation, and the penis was for urination.
Okay, yeah, we've been
and
through
of
this.
course,
can we agree to disagree on this?
You cannot convince me.
That's clear. Well, it's been good to have this healthy debate with you today. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Now you're a homosexual. We've met. Yeah. Have I killed you?
Not yet. No. Are you going to now?
No.
What if he just took
Sir,
him?
we're going upstairs and show you the roof.
Yo, what if he just took him and flung him off the fucking
You
just hangs them.
Helicopter tours.
Yo. Oh shit, man! He's bragging like, "Have I killed you?" Like shit. Like, they different over there, man.
I mean, like, yeah, that's true. True that.
They don't play over there.
That was cool.
All right, so we're going to start this next story a little bit differently. Welcome to my game show, guys.
Oh no, is this what the pop quiz is?
We're having a pop quiz.
Oh, I did. Made me nervous.
Get ready.
Okay.
All right, so the Pythagorean theorem.
Okay, yes.
Pretty basic concept.
Right.
If
you can say it.
Tell me what shape it describes. You should know this. Don't give me that face. I know you know. Come on, put it on your flashcard.
He's a scientist.
A triangle.
Yeah, but you took high school level geometry. I know
A squared.
No. I failed high school geometry. What do you mean?
Can you? Oh.
See, it's the area of A
wow.
to B
Don't
is
show
going
off.
to equal C.
Don't show off.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say for a bonus point, do you know the theorem?
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Cerise.
What did you draw?
IDK.
Don't know.
Good thing IDK hadn't been invented yet when you were in school.
I am sorry. I'm not the science or math person.
There are some very smart girls who do know.
Far smarter than us.
For 2,000 years, no one's really been able to prove the Pythagorean theorem
Then
using
this one.
trigonometry, and now 2 high school students from New Orleans East think that they have cracked it. Sam Woodstrom shows us.
I'm trying to prove it right now.
It takes a special kind of student to outsmart 2,000 years of mathematicians. At St. Mary's Academy, they have 2.
It's an unparalleled feeling, honestly, because there's just nothing like it, being able to do something that people don't think that young people can do.
Kelsey Johnson and Nakia Jackson just gave a presentation at the American Mathematical Society's annual Southeastern Conference. They say they've proven that Pythagoras' theorem can be proved without circular trigonometry, and it might not surprise you to hear that they were the only high schoolers in the room.
You don't see kids like us doing this. It's usually like you have to be an adult to do this.
Salute to these sisters, man. Salute to these sisters, man. I mean, hey, man, look, man.
Good for them. They're clearly not dating on Friday night, so it's good that they're cracking the books.
But if they were dating, man, that would. They don't need to be dating. They need to divest, man. These sisters need to divest, man. Like they figuring out shit like this, man. I mean, come on, man. Like these sisters. If I was them, I would divest. So I would find a son, man, like a nerd Stephen Urkel guy, and fucking settle down and get the fuck away, move to a white neighborhood.
Well, they better be careful because you know how these son men love killing, you know, the best.
Yeah, exactly.
To be an adult to do this.
Now, if you're anything like me, math is not your best subject. So we're both going to do a little refresher on this one. Now, it starts with trigonometry. And trigonometry is based on Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. That all sounds familiar, right? Now, what they did and that they said couldn't be done is that Pythagorean theorem could not be proved using trigonometry. That is what is known as circular logic. An idea can't prove itself. But what Kelsey and Nakia did is that they were able to prove Pythagoras' theorem without using circular logic, but they did use trigonometry.
And if you're wondering how 2 high school seniors figured something like this out, well, it all starts with the teachers who challenged them to do the impossible.
Yeah, like our slogan is no excellence without hard labor, so they definitely push on that.
And we have really great teachers.
And even if you don't understand their math, it's easy to see that with the right push, students can do the impossible. Sam Winstrom, Eyewitness News.
I would just also like to say,
We got another slide.
sorry, Mom and Dad and DeWarren Easton. You did this the best you could. I just didn't get it, okay? Well, Kel.
Wow.
So what they do exactly?
I think it's too complicated for them to explain. Like I think it would have probably took them like a 30-minute video to explain
Well,
that.
see, and Nakia did get it.
You can't explain that shit in 2 minutes, Monty.
They couldn't dumb it down by saying, oh, they simplified it.
Huh?
They couldn't dumb it down. They couldn't make it plain.
You can't.
They kind of did.
You can't even. Yeah, you can't even dumb down Pythagorean theorem. Like the A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Like, I mean, do you know, Monty?
I've used it at work. But I'm trying to figure out what did they do exactly? Wait, how did they? I have to look up on the article.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go through it again. I think they said they solved it using trigonometry.
Yeah, I'm not a mathematician. Yeah. I'm an engineer. I don't need to prove it trigonometrically. I can see it actually physically. I don't need to prove it that way.
So you know Pythagorean theorem?
Yeah.
Wow, Johnny, man. Johnny knows. Of all the people, Johnny is the only motherfucker on here that knows Pythagorean theorem. Shout out to Gladys.
I said I'd use it at work. I didn't say I didn't know it. I'm trying to figure out. I was trying to figure out what were they trying to say in the article, because I mean, I just didn't. I was trying to follow through what they were going to. I was trying to prepare myself. Say, well, okay, I
get what you're saying. Like I get what you're saying. Like it's like it leaves you like you can't really be like, damn, like, because you don't know what the fuck they didn't make it obvious that they really found out. But salute to those sisters, man. They some great fucking kids, man. And I love seeing kids like this, man, in the Sun community. Even though I think somebody said I hate some people. I actually like seeing these kids, man. I hope and I hope these kids don't get bullied by little Sun sisters and shit. And I hope they don't get fucking picked on or hit with straight bullets by little Sun thugs. So if I hate some people, I would just be hoping that would happen to them. I hope that doesn't happen to them.
Biochemistry again.
Good for them.
A developing story involving the son of Denver's mayor. He was in the back.
We got that. All right, give me a city, man. Give me a
Hey,
city.
I gotta get out of here right now, but yeah, man, it was a good show and it was good talking to you guys, man.
Okay,
Peace
man.
out,
You
man.
take it easy,
Yeah, man, I'm always checking out the show, so I'll be around.
Okay, man.
All right, man. Peace.
Tonight, two black parents are in a desperate fight with the state of Tennessee.
Tonight, two black. What does it matter with color? All right, fuck.
Tonight, two black parents are in a desperate fight with the state of Tennessee over custody of their children.
5 children taken away while one of them were still breastfeeding. The father locked in a cage, having to make bond for a citable offense.
Emotions running high after more than a month of separation following a traffic stop. This nightmare for Deontay Williams and Bianca Claiborne began on February 17th when the family was pulled over while driving from Atlanta to Chicago for a funeral. An arrest warrant obtained by NBC News says Tennessee Highway Patrol stopped Williams for having dark tint and driving in the left lane while not actively passing. An officer smelled weed and after searching the car found a gun, officials say, and 2 small amounts of marijuana. The warrant also alleges both the driver and the female passenger admitted to smoking marijuana. Williams.
All right, so they both said they smoked marijuana while driving and having a gun with kids in the car. That's a problem to normal people. Now, to some people, I get it, man. That ain't shit, man. I get it, but that's like technically smoking weed with a gun in the car, the kids in the car, is not cool. You know what I'm saying?
Crossing state lines.
Yeah, doing the Kyle Rittenhouse, man.
Marijuana. Williams was arrested for possession, while Claiborne was given a citation.
We did not arrest the mother in this particular case. That's where we left it. The children were left in the mother had custody of the children.
But hours later, something changed.
She was sitting outside the Criminal Justice Center waiting to get her partner out. And then DCS approached trying to take the children away.
All 5 children, ages 3 months to 7 years old, were taken by Child Protective Services. State Senator London Lamar is among those demanding the children be returned.
I've never heard of children being ripped away from their family for a misdemeanor charge on some simple drug possession when marijuana is legal in half the states in the country.
Their attorney telling...
Is it legal in this state, though?
It's not legal there, right?
Yeah, if you're a state senator, man, it's frightening that you would use that logic. These sisters scare me, man. Like, she has the logic of somebody playing tunk in some project fucking rec center fucking hallway at like 3:00 in the morning with a fucking half
and it
bottle.
Wasn't just a little weed. They had weed. They had a gun. They're driving across state lines on the highway with children, with the kids in the fucking baby seat.
Her logic is supposed to be like, well, I mean, Tucker, you know what I'm saying? She ain't supposed to be like, man, that ain't really shit. All like that. She, you know, she supposed to be like, state.
As a politician, you're supposed to be the representative.
Yeah.
Right? To think higher of yourself and others. And she doesn't even respect herself that much.
She on some, man, they tripping on some little shit, man. Like,
is among those demanding the children be returned.
I've never heard of children being ripped away from their family for a misdemeanor charge on some simple drug possession when marijuana is legal in half the states in the country.
Their attorney telling NBC News the children were not returned to their parents after a hearing in juvenile court Monday and remain in foster care tonight, pending the results of a drug test.
It's certainly extreme, but the problem is that courts in family law have such vast discretion to decide what they want to do on a case-by-case situation.
The Department of Children's Services says caseworkers acted appropriately.
You know, we talk about transparency a lot, whether that be policy, procedure, protocol, and in this case, we feel like those case managers did just that.
The department did not clarify the grounds for removal, but told NBC News in a statement, DCS and law enforcement follow protocol for collecting evidence. Those findings are then presented to the court. In this instance, the evidence resulted in the court placing children in DCS custody. Tonight, still more questions than answers, as Williams and Claiborne vow they won't stop fighting for their kids.
Okay, that's good. They won't stop fighting for their kids. I get that. And it's a fucked up situation. I'm not saying that I'm glad their kids got taken away, but we just did a stories back-to-back nights where fucking 5 kids were killed in car accidents. And these two got 5 kids in the car smoking weed. Like, I mean, who's been here the last 2 nights where we did the 2 stories on the 5 kids getting killed in each car accident? Or one I think was in Connecticut, and the other one last night, I forgot what the one last night
Northern
was.
Mississippi.
Yeah, Northern Mississippi. It's like, I mean, they put those kids in danger, even though it ain't really nothing. Everybody's one we all, I get it, but you can't get caught. You know what I'm saying?
Vow they won't stop fighting for their kids.
This has got to end.
And Priscilla Thompson joins us now from Atlanta. Priscilla, this seems like a very significant step for a misdemeanor. Is it common for child services to take children away from their family after a misdemeanor charge like this?
Well, Ellison, it's extremely rare, according to the expert that we spoke to. And one of the key questions here is what prompted the Department of Children's Services to step in hours after the Tennessee Highway Patrol had released these children back into the custody of their mother. And so tonight there are still a lot of questions about this, as it is now.
I know why they did that. Because you're putting the children in danger, you stupid heifer.
Been more than a month since those parents have been had those children in their custody, and experts also tell us that it can take weeks, if not months, to reverse a decision like this. Ellison?
Priscilla, have you heard anything else from officials about this case?
We have not received any updates from officials. What they have told us is that there is a gag order in place, and because there are juveniles involved in all of this, they are not allowed to speak about this. And we also know that the attorney for the family is now saying that she's limited on what she can say because of that gag order, as well as they wait to see whether or not those children will be returned in the coming days. The attorney says that she expects to have an update by the end of this week. Ellison?
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. They ain't lying about family court having broad discretion, though, to take your children away.
No doubt. I mean, look, it sucks, but, you know, it is what it is, man. They hope they get the kids back, man. And I hope they stop smoking weed while they're driving around with the kids. But oh yeah, I want to take you guys to spring break, man, because we got a spring break update, man. Yeah, spring break update, man.
How many?
Spring break update.
Yes, 3 or 5 dead or injured.
No,
what's the over
man.
under?
Yeah, we should do Miami too next, just to see what's going on down there. Salute to everybody out there, man, in the land, man. It's Friday. Make sure you hit the PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat, support the channel. So this is Live from spring break, man. Our cameras are down on the ground there at spring break, and here's a live look in.
The waiter had a decent sprawl. You see that?
Yeah, in the chat, they're saying this old video.
Huh?
In the chat, they were saying it was like a year-old video.
Okay.
The point stands. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's what goes on, man. Why do you think this guy was getting jumped by those waiters?
Dine and dash.
I thought a dine and dash. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, man. But yeah, I mean,
stole some tip money.
Did you see the one where the four Sun women were undressing, twerking in front of and pretending to blow a
ugly
mannequin?
titties on aisle 17 or whatever it was.
no, I didn't see that one. Is it? It doesn't
So
sound
it's
like
funny.
doesn't sound like it's suitable, man.
It doesn't seem YouTube friendly, that's for sure.
Yeah. Let's go see what's going on down there in Miami, man. Just the weekend again, man.
In the chat, so it was a $400 dine and dash.
Yeah, some people terrible with the dine and dash. We are the kings of that shit, man.
$400? Damn.
Oh
he
yeah.
He should have got stumped for that.
We the kings. We put the dine and dash. Oh wow. Whoosh. Miami.
Video tonight showing the moments gunfire erupted at a popular pizza joint as a man targeted a customer inside.
Fortunately, no one was hurt, but the family business left shaken. Local 10's Janine Stanwood is live in North Miami with the search for this shooter. Janine.
If you know Steve's Pizza here on Biscayne Boulevard, you know this is a very popular late night spot. The owner tells us he does not think that the shooter is a regular or anyone who may have been involved. He says he came to the scene just moments after those shots were fired.
My family's been doing business here for almost 50 years. We've seen a lot of crazy stuff on the boulevard, but nothing like this before.
The owner of popular Steve's Pizza rushing to the restaurant minutes after someone opens fire. Surveillance cameras capturing the shocking scene. It happened here March 15th, just before 12:30 a.m. Pay attention to the man in the blue hoodie entering the restaurant, busy with customers. He walks around tables and police believe he says something.
Something is said so much to the extent that others within a dining room start gathering their stuff and heading out, presumably to safety.
In fact, in this angle, check out two men ducking and crawling towards their parked car. Meanwhile, the shooter gripping his gun, ducking behind a partition, then exiting as well, firing off several rounds before making a run for it.
I was here right away. I live very close, and already the police had everything blocked off. Our customers and our employees very shaken up.
This well-known late-night spot for a slice turning into a crime scene. Detectives need your help.
There were a lot of people in there. Someone saw something, someone heard something.
These guys are still out on the loose, so I hope anybody, if you have any information, please come forward.
Detectives say it is possible that somebody inside that restaurant may have been targeted. They're hoping that somebody who was inside comes
Why
forward
didn't they give us a still shot of that guy's face, man?
and talks about what happened. They're desperately trying to get this shooter off the street. If you know anything, call North Miami Police or Miami-Dade Crime Stoppers at 305-471-TIPS. We're in North Miami. I'm Janine Stanwood, Local 10 News.
Developing now, a woman run over by a car, and deputies say it was intentional.
And we are now learning the person behind the wheel is in custody. Local 10's Roy Ramos joins us live from that scene with some brand new video just coming in. I know you've been on this story all day. Roy, fill us in.
Christy and Janice, well, we must warn our viewers the video they are about to see is graphic, and for that reason, we have blurred a portion of it for you. But it captures this incident between who residents tell us were two friends.
Oh my God, let me move my car. It's too early for all of this.
Cell phone video now at the center of an investigation with the Broward Sheriff's Office, capturing the moment a woman first seen on the hood of a car falls to the ground. The vehicle hitting the victim, causing her to spin, when the driver is then seen turning around and running her over again before she drives off.
I saw the victim on the ground, head full of blood.
Nobody treats some people worse than other some people. Nobody treats some people worse than other some people, man. Golly, man. I couldn't see a glider doing that. I couldn't see a glider.
I've seen that dumb shit.
To a sun person? You seen the glider do that?
No, to another glider. Like a husband, girlfriend fight, whatever. He wants to leave with the car. She's not fucking having it, so she gets on the hood. And the same thing happens.
Yeah, but does he turn
Does he
around
run
and then
over?
drive over her?
No,
Yeah,
that's bonus points.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking the same. I was thinking the exact same thing. I don't think it would run over the other person again.
Yeah, that's some extra love.
Sliding off the hood and getting spun around and hitting the pavement's one thing. It's a different thing to come back and drive over them. We saw that up in New York area where the person ran the person down through the yards.
Yeah, this is a rough one. And to think that you did this on camera, it's just like, I mean, some people are not afraid of prison, man. They're not.
Did they know a camera was there though?
Resident Sherry Linder rushed out of her home.
I mean, it is kind of like broad daylight. Let's just say there's no cameras around. There's always street cameras. All these cities are putting up cameras everywhere. If you're on a street, you can just, if you're on a street, presume that there's a camera there, some kind of camera. Even if it's not a security camera, there's some kind of license plate reader, some kind of fucking speeding camera, some shit. Surveillance.
Home after hearing the impact to see the victim severely injured.
There was a shoe, there was a belt or whatever, and a pool of blood.
Sheriff deputies said the hit and run was intentional, and witnesses tell me at the hands of her childhood friend. Tina Gore said it all started when her daughter and the suspect began arguing over who busted out the windows to her black SUV overnight, and the argument escalated to violence Friday morning.
It's not like she hit her. She came again to run my daughter head over also.
The suspect taking off from the scene, but Broward Sheriff deputies able to find her car.
How do you... that just happened to your daughter. Like, you ain't at the hospital. You ain't somewhere, like, teeth chattering, wondering what's going to happen to your daughter. People strong, man. That's the strong black woman is some real shit, man.
It's not like she hit her. She came again to run my daughter head over also.
The suspect taking off from the scene, but Broward Sheriff deputies able to find her car parked outside of her home and arrest her just a block away.
I'm going crazy right now. I'm just trying to hold it up for the sake of my two other kids right now.
The victim, 20-year-old Antonisha Gore, and her mother tells us she was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. While she is hopeful her daughter will pull through, she says she knows who's responsible and wants her held accountable for her actions.
I want her to do the max because she tried to kill my daughter.
So we have been in close contact with the Broward Sheriff's Office to get the name of this suspect and find out what charges she will be facing. As soon as we gather those details, we will be sure to let you know. As for the victim, unfortunately, at last check, she was still in critical condition. For now, near Fort Lauderdale, Roy Raymond.
Antonisha?
Yeah, man. Antonisha, yeah. Yeah, man, that's a decent, that's not even a real bad one. Antoine and Tanisha had a baby, man. You feel me? Oh, there's the woman. We got the woman. Here's the woman who did it, man.
And now on to Tallahassee. That's where state legislators are once again addressing the issue of robocalls for people here in the state. They passed a bill 2 years ago that added some protection to cut down on the headaches.
But a new bill being considered right now has changes that could actually
out the windows to her black SUV over.
Hold it up for the sake of my two.
Out the windows to her black SUV overnight, parked outside of her home, and around. It all started when her daughter and the suspect began arguing over who busted out the windows to her black SUV overnight, when the argument escalated to violence Friday morning.
It's not that she hit her. She came again to run my daughter head over also.
The suspect taking off from the scene, but Broward Sheriff deputies able to find her car parked outside of her home and arrest 22.
I mean, what was she thinking? Did she think that like nothing's gonna happen to her? It'll be fine.
Try to stay in care.
Yeah,
it's like fuck it. I'm gonna do this.
No forethought at all. Just I'm gonna do this because I'm mad. Right.
Yeah. About the consequences. I'm gonna do this because I want to do it.
Yeah, man. Give me another city, man. We gotta get out of there. Get out of fucking Miami, man. I just don't see any fear of the cops, man. All this fear.
How's Detroit doing?
Detroit.
I mean, I'm sure it's not a fucking paradise, but.
Well, Detroit is a paradise. You didn't know that, man? Still, man. Detroit is a paradise. It's God's country, man.
No, Detroit is a pair of dice. You're rolling the dice every time you go there.
Yeah, man. Facts. Let's see. Let's see. Detroit. That's no good. Wow. It was a good day in Detroit, man. It was a good day. Not today was a good day. Damn.
To be fair, Detroit's population is very small compared to other cities.
And it's pretty cold this time of year, so a lot less fuckery to be done when it's cold out.
Let's see. Well, I mean, let's see this other channel before we say that. Let's check the other channel. Yeah, it might have been a good day, man. It seems like it might have been a good day if you're in Detroit.
March has been an especially dangerous month for police in Detroit. It's been marked by a recent surge in senseless violence and multiple shootings directed at officers. Amidst all that, the 7 investigators are revealing that Detroit officers are firing their weapons at the highest rate in at least the last 5 years.
And while police say they're simply responding to a surge in violence, watchdogs call the sharp increase concerning. Here's 7 investigator Ross Jones.
Shots, rapid shots. I heard about 5, 6 gunshots. Shots fired! Shots fired!
Being a police officer in Detroit has never been a safe job.
A very violent night, a very difficult situation.
But the violence just this month alone has been a jarring reminder it is especially risky right now.
The suspect was dangerous, and he proved to be dangerous.
In just a recent 4-day stretch, 2 state troopers in Detroit were struck by bullets.
The suspect became violent, fired shots at the officers, striking 2 officers at least 4 times.
Then, just 3 days later, Detroit police were under fire.
The driver of that vehicle begins shooting at the officers. The officers take cover, return fire. This violence has to stop.
If the stories of violence don't paint a vivid enough picture, perhaps these stats will. In 2018, Detroit police reported intentionally firing their guns 7 times all year. 5 years later.
Think about that. At the height of goddamn all the pre-Floyd bullshit, Detroit officers fired their gun intentionally 7 times the entire year. And this is what sons are complaining about. A major city, cops fired with fucking sunmen running around like goddamn retarded monkeys with guns, just fucking terrorizing the whole place. In 2018, Detroit officers fired their guns 7 times. And a whopping 15 times in 2020. That's not even once a week. That's once a month. Once a month in 2020, a Detroit police officer fired their gun. This is what the fuck goddamn sun words are fucking bitching about. Now 2022, it was they got crazy with it.
And it's twice a month.
22, yeah. 22 almost twice a month. And this is the whole force. This is not a certain cop. This is not an individual cop. This is the entire Detroit Police Department. This is what sons be bitching about. So this proves the stat that 99% of police officers don't even fire their gun during their entire career. I think we had a cop on like about a year ago who told me that 99% of them never fire their gun in their entire career.
2,200 officers on the force.
2,200 officers on the force, and last year there were 22 times a gun, and that one officer could have counted for motos. You got to remember, one officer could have counted for motos, but let's just say each one is an officer. Each one is a different officer, right? So you have one firing of a gun for every 100 officers. And that's for the entire year. Every shift, every day, the entire year.
And that's right at 99%.
You had 22. Wow. This is what sons are bitching about. Gliders, you cannot win this game. If you're at a 99% success rate and you got sons burning down your cities and accusing you of being nakedly racist.
Yeah, you tell them to sit down and shut up. We're not listening anymore.
You cannot win. You can't win. They requiring too much. Hit one if you think sons are requiring too much out of gliders, man. Hit two if you think that they're not requiring enough out of gliders.
Well, they worship gliders. That's what they expect so much out of them. They worship them.
Yeah, but even God, if you ask God for something, he you don't get it. You don't get 99% of what you want from God.
I mean, yeah, when you ask for bullshit, that's pretty much what some people do with concerning white people. They ask for nonsense. They ask for BS. They shouldn't get half the stuff that they should get half the stuff they ask for. Well, they don't over half the stuff they ask for.
This is crazy. This is crazy. Even I didn't know it was this. You gliders are your whole department in 2021. Their entire department fired the gun 12 times. The entire department. If I was you gliders, man, I would either move to a different country, start over, create another America, or send some people back to Africa. You can't do no better, man. If we're bitching at you about this, if you're gonna chase perfection, if you're gonna fucking chase your tail and things, if you're gonna let us fucking tell you you're not good enough and you need to do better, it's gonna be rough on y'all, man. Because you can never you can never reach this mark of perfection, man, that some people require.
Perhaps these stats will. In 2018, Detroit police reported intentionally firing their guns 7 times all year. 5 years later, that number has soared to 23.
How concerned are you that your officers are intentionally firing their weapons more than 3 times more last year than just 5 years ago?
I am concerned about the fact that they have to on the street, or that they feel like they have to.
David LaValle is an assistant chief for Detroit police. Every time an officer uses force while on the job, from forcefully handcuffing a suspect to shooting them, it is counted. And the most serious force is called Category 1, which can result in death or serious injury. In addition to firing a gun, it includes every time an officer uses chemical spray on a restrained person or tases someone in a sensitive area like their face.
You gotta breathe, sir.
Over the last 5 years, the trend line for the most serious force used by Detroit police has climbed. 27 cases of Category 1 in 2018, but by last year, there were 48, a nearly.
So let's just say 48 times they discharged their taser or their pepper spray or their gun. 48 times. I would think
they said on a restrained subject for pepper spray and taser. So that was, they couldn't control them even after they got them restrained.
That's still a low number for 2,200 officers working every single day, including holidays. That's still a very low number, man. Like, it's extreme. That's microscopic. Just think about the interactions those 2,200 officers have combined with the public. It's got to be in the hundreds of thousands, right? There'll be hundreds of thousands of contacts with the public or interactions with the public. Whether it be service calls, whether it be just riding up, seeing some shit, whether it just be, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. That's extremely low number. You gliders, y'all can't do y'all shouldn't be expected to do no better than that, man. That's phenomenal. Y'all doing a phenomenal job.
The 80% jump.
That officers respond to the force that they're confronted with. And so I think that in the last couple of years, you've seen a shift in how people respond to and react to the police.
It does alarm me.
We shared the numbers with Allison Krieger, a criminal defense attorney who's defended clients on the receiving end of DPD's force. She says the rapidly rising numbers should ring alarm bells.
How are these officers being trained? Are they being trained in the right way?
God, I hate you. I hate you, glider women, man. You glider women have really make it hard. I like the ones in the chat. Salute to all the glider women in the chat, man. I really, you guys are fucking.
How are the people they're arresting being trained? Oh, that's right. They're allowed to run wild and encouraged to fight police.
Yeah, man, it's just insane. DVK, email me that. You got to email me that one so I can take a look at it.
Is the disciplinary process working?
Each shooting or fatal crash is investigated by a special task force made up of state police and DPD. Investigations can last months or longer, and LaValle says the probes are not rubber stamps. As proof, he offered up this. 20 force cases were closed last year, and 9 of them led to sustained violations. That meant discipline, like internal charges or suspensions. While it doesn't necessarily mean the force was improper, it does mean the officer violated policy.
It jumps out, but it's something I would definitely want to look into because that number is quite unique to me, and it is concerning.
How often officers use force is reported to Detroit police commissioners like Ricardo Moore, but until we told him, he didn't know the department's use of force numbers had risen this quickly. They're numbers, he says, the board should dig into.
And that's where the board comes in at. We provide the check and balance to the police chief so that we don't keep kicking the same can down the road, so this is normal.
What's considered a normal amount of violence seems to be heading in the wrong direction. Already in 2023, homicides are up nearly 20%. And if how the year started is a sign of how it might finish, more officers could be using more force going forward.
The violence, the gun violence in our community and in our country, quite frankly, enough is enough.
And then there is the
And
financial
why do they have
cost.
to
Whenever
use
more
more
deadly
force?
force is used, it
They don't make the connection though. They refuse to make the connection. The more murder, the more shootings. The cops are the ones that respond to these murders and these shootings. They're the ones that respond to these people with guns. The call that is a crazy guy with a gun just walking around. They respond to those shits. So of course they're gonna be using their gun. They're the ones responding to all this fucking goddamn Africanism.
Is enough.
And then there is the financial cost. Whenever more deadly force is used, it often leads to a surge in lawsuits filed against the city of Detroit. Even if that force is deemed justified, as it often is, it can often lead to sizable settlements that have proven to be some of the most costly to taxpayers in Detroit, which routinely pays out millions of dollars a year in police settlements.
And we've seen many of those large judgments over the years.
Yeah, I know
They're
they
not
have a tough job,
judgments, they're settlements because they don't want to take the risk of taking it to court and getting some jury awarding some ridiculous amount. Or they don't want to go to the expense of having to fight it because court is expensive. So they just settle, and that encourages more suits.
Yep. Shit. I'm gonna see if I can get on here earlier tomorrow, man. So I can, or if I can, get on here on like 10:30 or something, maybe 10.
Downtown Detroit is undergoing a major transformation thanks to a construction boom.
In fact, the city center is set to have one of its busiest years with the creation of more jobs and recreational opportunities. Several major projects underway at the District of Detroit, Book Tower, and the Hudson Building.
7 Action News reporter Faraz Javid taking a closer look at some of the key projects shaping up in the heart of the city and why what they mean to the construction industry is so important.
Will employ probably over 2,000 tradesmen.
A proud Metro Detroiter, Mike Shalenki, has been working in the construction industry for over 40 years.
As a matter of fact, I started my career out building the riverfront apartments just up the street here.
Mike is currently working on the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Centennial Park. Mike recalls in the early 1980s, downtown Detroit was a lot of fun before the economy tanked. And now the granddad of 4 is excited to see the area thrive all over again.
What I want to do is I want to bring my grandkids here to be the first kids to play on the play structures here. This is going to be a destination and no different than Central Park is in New York.
Set to open next year, Mark Wallace from Detroit Riverfront Conservancy says the 22-acre park will dramatically transform the city's riverfront into one of the best in the country.
The Detroit Riverfront Conservancy has been leading the transformation of our waterfront.
Wow. So they're cleaning up this city, man. They're putting a lot of money to downtown Detroit, man. Salute to them, man. I didn't know that. I didn't know Detroit was getting a facelift, man. I did not know that. Yeah, man. Salute to everybody, man. Let me get out of here, man, so I get some rest and hopefully come back tomorrow, man. Energized. I'm fucking tired, man. Peace out.
Peace out, everybody.
See you, everybody.